She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
If you got it, it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no room for guessing. No more than emotionally invested. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh, if I let you, don't take me for granted. Yeah, if I'm worth more than you could manage. Yeah.
I wish I could paint our love. Each moment's and vibrant. You act like Surgeonic gunplay, Surgeonic bellow top, Surgeonic sweet dreams, turn it
let you go. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you. Down with you. It's true. I wanna be down.
Not going to disrupt that adoption because
What's
some
up,
crazy lady has some
everybody?
crazy
Welcome
theories.
back,
My parental rights were
As you
illegally
know, it's me,
terminated.
Uncle
It
Mo.
doesn't matter how.
Okay. Testing 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me now? Put it in the chat if you can hear me. Shout out to Soul Sound for laying it down and letting me know that I was jacked up. Testing on. Y'all can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, good. Let's put that up on the screen. You see that? You know what I mean? You see my boy? He put it up there. So, like I said, let me start this over the intro. Hey, it's me, Uncle Mo, from Uncle Mo TV. Appreciate everybody that's in the building. Tonight, we're going to talk a little about the big, beautiful bill. We're going to talk about Section 8, see other people's opinions on it, and food stamps and all that. Then we're going to get into court cases, child support court to be exact, coming out of Texas. What's good? Daredevil Edits. How you doing, man? I like it. What's up, man? So we're going to get into this. Now, as I always state my disclaimer, the thoughts and opinion and the views of Uncle Mo TV is only Uncle Mo TV and maybe some of those that's affiliated with Uncle Mo TV. My thoughts may probably offend some. And if so, state your claim in the chat. And if you so gracefully feel the need to disagree or agree, let it be known. But shout out to Daredevil Edits. Hit that like button as you come in. That'll be highly appreciated. It's good. Put Soul Sound. Go over there, subscribe to Soul Sounds. When I go to the other scene, you'll see where it tell you his joint. Soul Sound, Talk to Him TV. No Glory, True Story, and all that, but It's 10 people in the building. I got 3 likes. It'd be nice to get the 5 likes and we could start the show. But it's a goodie. Like I said, the thoughts and opinion of this person I feel is a little biased. I didn't listen to it all the way, but I listened to majority of it when I was putting it together. But yeah, it's a little, like I said, it's a little biased, but that's what we is in America right now. We deal with a lot of biases in America. Let me see something. Oh yeah, here you go. Over on No Glory True Story, I got two people over there. I don't want to leave y'all out, so shout outs to y'all. But let's get into it, man. It's been long enough.
I'm going to break down the big beautiful bill. I tell y'all all the time I read so y'all don't have to. I know it's been a lot of numbers. Some people are confused.
Now listen to me. Step 1. If somebody tell you they read so you don't have to, don't trust them. Not saying that's the case with her, but don't trust somebody that tell you they gonna do something that will benefit you so you don't have to.
And in the news they speak in terms sometimes that you just don't understand. So your good cousin gonna try to break it down. This video is gonna be 5 minutes, so I hope that I can hold your attention for that long. So let's get into it. So of course the big beautiful bill has passed, which means nearly 150 billion is going towards border security. And for anybody, we talk about border security, but what does that entail? So border security is supposed to protect us by land and air, keeping illegal immigrants out of the United States. It covers the U.S. border, Canada, Mexico, and also coastal waters in Florida all the way to Puerto Rico. They cover between, I think it's 5,525 miles of land and also air. 46.5 billion for the wall. Remember, build that wall, build that wall. And the president before Claudia said we're not building a wall, and Claudia said I'm not building a wall, bitch. You gonna pay for it. If you want it, you're gonna pay for it, and that's exactly what's happening. We are paying for it. 46.5 billion. Where's that money coming from? Your tax dollars, Bookie. 30 billion is going to go to ICE. ICE, ICE. You just keep hearing about that over and over again. So what you're going to see is more ICE agents going out on the street, grabbing people out of their homes, from their jobs, rounding them up, taking them to detention centers, and sending them back to their respective countries. I did some digging about crime stats for American-born citizens and illegal immigrants. And of course, American citizens' crime rate is astronomically higher than a legal immigrant. Typically, the only crime is being here illegally and not filing and doing the proper process and having.
Right there, she misleading you because, first of all, of course, American citizens is gonna outweigh the numbers compared to non-citizens because it's we got over 400 million people living in this country, so of course it's gonna outweigh it. But let's go. Let's hear her out.
The correct paperwork. All right, 17 billion people will lose their health care. Medicaid. That's what they're going to lose, Medicaid. When you talk about health care, every time they say health care, just think about Medicaid. 5 million in food assistance gone. And when we say food assistance, we're talking about the food pantries. We're also talking about the soup kitchens. We're talking about those supplemental assistance that people rely on, who may get SNAP benefits and they don't get enough, because y'all seem to be thinking, you have this welfare queen picture in our head, and it's so crazy to me. You have some senior citizens getting like $100 a month, $60 a month in SNAP benefits. So
one thing I said before in the beginning, when somebody tell you that they doing something for you so you don't have to do it, i.e. read, that's because they want to hide the details from you so you don't know what's actually going on. They only going to feed you the information that they want you to know, and it could be deceptive. Like she is saying this, in the bill it says senior citizens, disabled people, and veterans will be exempt from the working 80 hours a month, not a week, not every 2 weeks, 80 hours a month. So that means they have to get a part-time job. And even with that, they can attend school, what can they attend school, volunteer? They could do a couple of things. They don't have to work a paying job, or they just have to do more than just sit on their tail all day. So that's the whole gist of things. Not just you could go sit there, and it is a such thing as welfare kings. Most of us from the inner city, I would say especially New York, because that's where I'm from, we know people that have been on welfare and all they do is go like rape the system and sit on their ass.
That they have to go to the food pantries to get food because it's either their food or their medication. This will affect children, seniors, and y'all good veterans. SNAP benefits. This is a new SNAP requirement. SNAP parents of children.
And she said that y'all good veteran. That was a low key fuck you to the veterans. That's why she said it like sarcastic like that. But if she read the bill like she claimed she would, should have knew that veterans, people with young children, pregnant or nursing mothers, and senior citizens are exempt from it.
Ages 7 to 17 must work 80 hours. I don't know if that's a month. That's what I'm assuming because you can't work 80 hours in a week.
But you see what I mean? She says she's assuming, so she ain't read it either. She's sitting here spewing bullshit across the metaverse when she ain't read it her damn self. But let's get back.
In order to qualify for SNAP benefits, what I think we are losing the plot in the movie is some of these parents y'all think sitting at home eating Takis. Some of them are taking care of children with severe disabilities, autism, Asperger's, all type of intellectual disability, borderline personality disorder, all type of mental health challenges.
And like I said, the parents of children who have mental health challenges, as she put it, will be exempt. But the whole thing is, when them kids is in school, that's when you should be out and about working, doing something to be productive, to better yourself. Like, it wasn't meant for you to be dependent on it. It's called government assistance. You know, it wasn't meant for you to be dependent on it, and it shouldn't have been meant for you to live off of it for generations.
And these parents are home taking care of these kids that y'all wanted to be born, but now they got to get up and figure out how they're going to work. If it's a
see, that's what I mean. All this dog whistle. She said the kids that we wanted to be born, right? Like we, the American people, the general people, or the working class, like we had something against them having it. They laid and had these kids and procreated to have these kids. So they should be responsible for having these kids and taking care of these kids, not the rest of us who work. Some of us work 60 to 70 hours a week, and they're asked to do that in a month. Some of us do that work. Like when I'm on deployments, we work a minimum of 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, a minimum. And the higher up you got meetings and stuff after your shift that you got to attend to. And then you still got to find time to eat, shower, call home to your family and stuff. So yeah, I get offended when I hear people talking down on veterans.
Two-parent household, one parent has to work and the other parent does not. But we know we have a lot of single-parent households.
And yeah, we're trying to get rid of the baby mama culture and incentivizing being a degenerate and having a bunch of kids to grain a handout. That's what it is. It's trying to make sure that we stop incentivizing having kids just to live off the system. If you had to be responsible for anything in life, you would think twice about making certain decisions. And that's what it is. So she's looking at it and all of that, oh, this baby mama is this and that. A lot of fathers are in the household, so don't make it seem like this. And when they made this bill, it wasn't just focused on one demographic. It was focused on the whole shebang.
And y'all just seem to think that it's minority people who are just single parents, but there are white women and white men who are single parents. Okay? This will not affect you if you're homeless. You don't have a home, but you could get food stamps. Where you gonna cook your food at? But okay. Some veterans.
See, she's so uneducated on the topic. when they say homeless and you can receive food stamps, it's people that's living in shelters. It's different kind of shelter, from phoneless shelter to men's shelters to women's shelters, with a bunch of cotton shit. They're still considered homeless even though they got a roof over their head. So that's what the food stamps is for, to feed them while they're in that situation, to help them get out of it. My guy Isley was good. Let's put that up there, man. Appreciate you tuning in. We just get started. Let's go.
It will not affect pregnant women and people that are over the age of 64. And I want to go back to the parents of children ages 7 to 17. You know, we have a lot of, because I'm in this generation, we have a lot of people that are taking care of their parents. You know, their grandmother with dementia who, you know, living with them. We also talk about the nursing homes. So the nursing homes are closing as well. JD Vance said, my mom can babysit the kids while I guess you go to work, but my mom got dementia. Alzheimer's, high blood pressure, diabetes. She can't even take care of herself, but my mom gonna watch the children while you go to work. But the good thing is tips are tax free. That's what, you know, that's something positive. Okay,
Tips are tax free. They took money from failing projects and put it into trades where you could go use the Pell Grant now, that you can be able to use it towards trade school and different clock hours. I think up to 140 clock hours. So don't act like it's tips. That's damn good. We got a lot of people that work in the service industry, because it ain't just like she's being, like I said, deceptive, because it's not just for people that work in the restaurant industry. It's also for barbers and beauticians and people that gets tips, people that do services of any kind. You be cutting the lawn, you don't have to account for that income.
So the Graduate Plus loans are gone. It's capped at $100,000. So when you get your undergrad degree, you can take out so much of loans. You get your graduate degree, you can take out, there's an amount that you can take out in loans, but it's capped at $100K. Well, we know that's going to affect people that are in medical school, our medical doctors. If your parents are not the Rockefellers and have saved up over, well, $200,000-$300,000 for you to go to medical school, that's not happening. Also, the loan forgiveness program, you would have to pay into that program between 20 and 25 years before they consider forgiving your loans. Now it's 30 years.
I don't see nothing wrong with that, for the simple fact people are going in debt for college, spending $100. I think that's ludicrous to be spending $100, $200, $300,000 on a degree to make $40,000, $50,000 a year. And then y'all don't want a loan, y'all want a grant. Y'all taking out loans, student loans, but then want somebody to forgive you for that. If I took out a loan, like I took out a mortgage on my home, I can't get mortgage forgiveness just because when I knew I signed the agreement that I was going to pay them a certain amount of money for however the term is, 15, 30 years. Those are two most popular terms that you use to get mortgages. But people are taking out loans as children, which it should be a cap, because most of them are young adults, children. They're taking out hundreds of thousands of loans, and then they become career students, so they don't have to pay the loans back, and they're getting mad because they're being held accountable. It's somebody money. Anybody that know investments and know business, when you put your money into a savings account, you earn interest because you're getting a certain percentage off the money that they're lending out that's in your account. So typically, if you have $100,000 in the bank, that's what they're using to loan out for mortgages, student loans, credit cards, all that shit. That's your money that they're playing around with. It's insured, but that's your money. That's how you earn your monthly interest off of it. That's what we need to be teaching in classes, like everyday life skills, because that's what we're lacking.
I want to go back to these rural hospitals, because some rural hospitals in Louisiana have already started to close. I think Louisiana and Arkansas were affected the most by this. Their hospitals have already started closing. Like I said, I don't know how y'all think these doctors get nurses and all these people getting paid. They get paid through Medicaid. Your private insurance, y'all have private insurance. I have private insurance. That shit don't cover that. And then also, I think people don't understand.
See, that's what I mean. She's how can I put this, right? I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this without being offensive, but that's what I mean about the deception about it. You know what I mean? Like, just listen what she said, and then I'm gonna hit back on that.
And they have already started to close. I think Louisiana and Arkansas were affected the most by this. Their hospitals have already started closing. Like I said, I don't know how y'all think these doctors get nurses and all these people getting paid. They get paid through Medicaid. Your private insurance, y'all have private insurance. I have private insurance. That shit don't cover that.
She should have got a private education because she don't know what the hell she talk about because insurance got. I never had Medicaid. My job that I'm currently at, which I told you I'm in the military, I feel that shit is worse than Medicaid, and it's a damn shame a veteran get worse care than somebody that don't have a job or anything. But they pay my bills, they pay my kids' bills. Like the most I ever had is I got a bill which was way overpriced. I had an ambulance ride for $425 to go a half a mile down the road. That if I would have jumped in a cab at a time, it would have been $5. So they overcharge for medical and all that shit. But private medical companies like US Healthcare, the dude where that old boy Luigi unalive, the CEO, they're making billions of dollars and they paying out. They deny certain shit, but if you think they're denying it and Medicaid is paying for it, you slowly lost your mind. Not even slowly, you quickly lost your mind. What is your view about Keith Allen Chef? I have no view on it. But let's go.
And then also, I think people don't understand is when you have private insurance and you're in the hospital, sometimes you can qualify for Medicaid temporarily to supplement some of the things that your healthcare does not pay for.
See, she being a smart ass, but that means the insurance she got is bullshit. She got some bullshit Dollar Tree insurance. That's why she needs something else to supplement it. Because she ain't get enough coverage to begin with. She just got enough to cover her to be in compliance of the Affordable Care Act. That's what it sounds like, because you shouldn't need multiple. You can have multiple, but you shouldn't need it. And don't act like Medicaid is better than private health care. That's just stupid.
So you got all these people sitting high on the hog talking about some old private insurance, but some of you hoes was using Medicaid to supplement what your insurance wasn't paying.
No, fuck that, man. No.
Baby, the trap just keep on trapping.
No, we're not.
May the odds forever be in your favor.
I'm so happy that Section 8 changing the requirement. Now you can only be on there for 2.
So y'all heard what she was saying, and that was just, she didn't read it. She just wanted to figure out a way to discourage people about it. And I'm not a fan of the aspects of the bill. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm the biggest fan of it, but I did read a lot of it. It's 940 pages. And then revisions, it's like 1,170. So I did not read everything. I'm going through it. I highlight to see what changed, what's the difference in it, why Elon was mad. But she's full of shit. She just pulled a couple of shits, probably put a bunch of TikTok videos together and then said, I read it so that you can know. And it full of shit, bro. But let's get to this on how they feel about the recent changes of Section 8.
2 years. And thank the freaking Lord.
Insurance was a pain. Baby, the trap just keep on trapping. May the odds forever be in your favor.
I'm so happy that Section 8 changing the requirement. Now you can only be on there for 2 years. And thank the freaking Lord. Because it be so many cases where folks dead be on the thing for years. It be to the point they children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren be on their freaking leave. That's why the wait list always be so freaking long. Now, a lot of laws I don't agree with, but that's here and there. But that one, yes, I definitely agree. Give other people a chance. So now you got 2 years to rank your stuff up. Unless you disabled. If you disabled, this don't apply to you. And I feel that's gonna drop sooner or later too. But hey, that's here or there. But they actually doing something that's making sense. I said what I said. I bet y'all start getting y'all lazy ass up now.
I agree with her though. Like, it's a lot of people that sit on their ass and they pass down Section 8 like generational wealth instead of teaching their kids and using that as a tool to get up out of that predicament. I know a lot of cats who was on social services and then, you know, they did what they do and and they got up out that situation. It was a stepping stone. They used it to get up out of that, not to be stuck in that. But let's go. We're gonna get to these court cases soon too.
Fucking pissed the fuck off. They cut my motherfucking food stamps to $85 fucking dollars from $738. How the fuck that's supposed to support a household of 3?
Get a job.
For a job that barely even support my basic needs now. Like, inflation is high in the bitch, groceries is high as shit. Oh, I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit? So when y'all see me in the motherfucking store selling stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bag, nicely act like you don't see shit in my your motherfucking business, because this shit is going in my motherfucking bag and I'm walking out this motherfucking store with my motherfucking chest up and my head held high, and I dare you to try to tell me, hey ma'am, excuse me, because I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded and say go talk to Trump about that shit.
I am going to my business, as you said, because it's people like you that go stealing in our local stores and stuff, and then they got to raise prices to account for the losses, you know? So all of us law-abiding citizens now, we got to pick up the slack because yo moon-face ass want to steal. All these people be in these assistants and you don't be seeing them skinny and they all had the same look. But she gonna explain exactly how I feel too.
On my kids, anybody that motherfucking voted for him, girl, fuck you or him. Fuck y'all, because y'all the stupidest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
And then the least of your worries is gonna be that $85 in food stamps, because your ass gonna be in jail. Your kids gonna be in foster care, and that car that you got gonna be repossessed. But that's okay. While you sitting in jail, you can say blame it on Trump. Baby, don't. The government is not required to take care of you and your fucking kids that you decided to have. Why do y'all have all these kids and then always get on the internet to blame the government as to why you can't afford life? Like, that was your fucking choice. As a mother, it's your responsibility to take care of your children. And if you knew by the first child that you didn't have a good enough job, you shouldn't have opened up your legs to have another child. You should have been working on getting a job that would make it your household more stable enough for you to afford having another child. But y'all don't think about that shit. Y'all lay down and pop out these babies and then make excuses for why you can't get a better, have a better living or have a better job. You just want the government to pay your way. Like the government told you to lay down and have kids that you couldn't afford. Where's the accountability? And where's the baby father? Having all these kids, but where's the father? How can you blame nobody but yourself as to why you're in the predicament that you're in? I used to be on food stamps. I know that food stamps is calculated by how much you get paid and how much you pay in rent and other expenses like how.
Oh, May, what's up, man? I'm gonna get to your joint. Like you said, it's a lot of communities like what is last year, Chicago, where it was food deserts was created because people was stealing and doing it. That's why you go in Walmart and shit and everything in a plastic box. I went to Jersey to a Walmart and they had everything in the damn plastic box that you had to go take to the counter to get things. I mean, I went to get some toothpaste. You know, you see your brother's up there in age. I'll be putting my just for minute and all that. I went to get that drink that's in the daggone box and I'm like, this is $2 and I think it's $12. But everything is locked away. Every single thing, the drawers, everything was locked away. This is ridiculous. That's because everybody coming in and rob it blind. Then prices go up. And then they get mad when they close that stuff down in the communities. Now you got to travel half an hour to an hour away to pick up simple necessities.
How many children you have. That's why you have parents out there that are receiving $800 to thousands of dollars in food stamps. But you're getting on the internet to play victim because you're most likely living outside of your means and not being responsible with your money.
Okay, I see a lot of people asking for a story.
And that's what I'm talking about, because it's a lot of joints, like I was just about to say, where they be in there selling the food stamps, sitting in the store right in Walmart at the self-checkout, or running up on people in the parking lot selling the food stamps and stuff. And then they get on TikTok and they get on YouTube, Facebook, and everything, and talk about joint. Yeah, man. It was shout out to you, Stefan. It was a chick on what's that joint? TikTok I seen a couple of months back. She was getting $3,000 and some change for food stamps, bragging about how she ain't, you know what I mean? We mad at her because we not getting it, and she buying nothing but snacks because they want to ban it. Like this girl right here, she's about to tell a story time on how she defrauded the system on TikTok, and then wonder why they coming up with laws and stuff to ban this shit, because yo, that comes out of our shit. Out of everybody that's working these 80 hours and 12 hours a week, I got a friend that's working 3 jobs to support his family.
Time on how I owe them $35,000 now. Okay, so I live by myself. I'm single. I don't have any kids. So I've been applying for food stamps like
6. I think she had 6 kids. Ago. I know one story had 6 kids. One story had 9 kids. I lied on my food stamp case, and I told them I was homeless, and I told them that I didn't have anything. I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. Hey yo, what the fuck? And I told them that I wasn't working. So when I first started getting my food stamps, I started getting like $400 a month just for myself. So I'm just thinking everything cool, you know, like, okay, I'm getting my food stamps. Nothing happened, you know. So I decided to come on TikTok and tell people, like, if you're trying to get food stamps, you told you, they dumbasses come up here and tell on theyself. Come up here and tell us up. But then remember the last joint we seen said it ain't no such thing as welfare queens. Remember she was just saying that? There's no such thing as welfare queens. But then you see how you go on TikTok. Even when I found these video, I just click Section 8. I just click food stamp. And these people coming up here snitching on themselves and making me pissed off because I got to pay for food and shit.
You could lie to them and, you know, nothing would happen. So that was a very bad mistake that I made, lying to them. And I really don't give a fuck what y'all saying, because a lot of people saying, you have lashes on, why you need food stamps? I don't care. If it's free, I want it. Baby, food is way expensive. And if I go in Walmart with $100, I'm really not going to leave out with nothing. Who want to...
And then look at that. Like she said, people talk about her lashes. Them lashes, I just found out people paying hundreds of dollars for this stupid looking shit, bro. I can see if you get them looking natural, but... she paying fucking hundreds of dollars for that. Her hair is at least $250, depending on where she at. If she in the South, I'll say about $250. If she up north, New York, she probably paying $160, $200. But she doing a whole lot for a motherfucker that's supposed to be homeless.
Keep spending money on food, like it's just too much.
I ain't know Florida
so
wasn't giving stuff out like that.
They picked me up yesterday, but day before yesterday, I got a call. And they was like, hello, is this
less than $50 a month. What you gonna get you? A sandwich? One sandwich?
They say, well, this is the people that's like, you know, over the food stamp office or whatever. And it was like, we have a report that you have been putting false information on your application to get food stamps, and that you're not homeless, and that you do have a job. So I'm like, okay, who did you get this information from? So it was like, well, we cannot disclose any information about who we got it from, but we have facts that you have been lying, and you have to pay all of that back, and your balance is $35,000. And they also told me that they was filing charges on me. So I'm like, what the hell? Because
she was getting more than $400 a month. She got a balance of $35,000.
At this point, I'm really thinking like they just playing, or somebody just playing on my phone, y'all. But yesterday, when I made the video and posted on TikTok, like 15 minutes later, the police came knock on my door. They was like, is you such and such? They read me my rights and they arrested me. And y'all keep asking me, how did I have my phone in the back of the police truck? That's because I didn't give them no problems. Like, I wasn't arguing with them. I simply got back in the back of the police truck, because the police car, because I know what the fuck I did. Was I wrong for doing it? Yes. But at the end of the day, I did what I did. And I don't give a damn. Y'all nobody to judge me. But I did.
You said you ain't never see food stamps over $30? I seen plenty of food stamps over $30. I'm from New York City. I seen that here in Virginia. I seen plenty of people get more. I seen people get more than that just off of the pandemic. They was giving out pandemic EBT cards when schools was closed. And depending on your family income, they send it to everybody. At least here in Virginia, they send it to everybody, blanketed, and people was getting like $300-$400 a month per kid.
What I had to do at that point, because baby food is expensive. But I bought it out 5 hours later, and I had to go to court.
I mean, like I said, I make good money in my job and my side businesses and endeavors. But like I said, the only reason I even know some of these people, like I said, I grew up in the hood and shit. But like, they come on TikTok and social media telling on themselves. But I'm telling you, that joint hit it's people getting that shit. It's people getting thousands of dollars on their shit.
They didn't see me in court date yet, but when they do, I'm gonna just keep y'all updated, because I know some of y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all just want to be in the business, but I mean, I did what I did, so now.
You can't say we want to be in the business and you up here. You want us in your business because you're gonna get paid off of TikTok to fucking get yourself locked up, dummy. But I remember a couple of years ago, one of the greatest rappers ever. Yeah, every state is different, bro. Every state is different, and it also goes off of your income. Because I'm telling you, it's cash and how many kids and shit you got. But it's definitely, matter of fact, they even put out there was a lot of chicks in college and shit that was eating steak and lobster because they was running down there to get food stamps while they was students and shit. While it was dudes struggling eating ramen noodles and stuff. But yeah, every state is different though. I don't know when her court date is, but we gonna cover it when we do get into it.
I gotta face the consequences, and that's the story time.
She should have said something. Like, look at this. This is an example.
Take my Section 8. Then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're going to count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No. So I don't care what you got to say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit.
But Ma, I'm saying how I'm supposed to be successful in life, Ma. So you basically telling me I gotta be broke to be successful. I gotta be broke so I can get Section 8.
You gotta be broke so the government can help you.
So the government can help me. So you telling me I can't work no job, bro? Like, that's like all my friends got jobs and live in nice houses. So you telling me I got the...
I do think this is a skit. That's my disclaimer. But it is people out here that think like this. But I do feel this is a skit because it seems too bullshit to me.
I got to go through the same thing you went through.
If you don't do any of that, they're going to take my Section 8.
How?
And
Bro, I know motherfuckers I grew up with, bro, that was getting paid good money. I know people, they got some shit with welfare called the one-shot deal, at least in New York City, where say if your rent is backed up and behind, it could be shit like a year behind in some cases where it's thousands of dollars. You could go there with your sad story and they'll pay your whole shit up, man. Like, it's people getting money off of welfare. They scamming the system. People that's living in the, it's a lot of people living good. I know a chick that shit, she getting welfare paying her bills and she taking trips to Dubai. Shit, there's people making more for that shit. And what you call it?
Be like he's doing something.
Real jobs.
Bigger house, Ma. That's what you told me.
Where I'm gonna go? I don't have no job.
I can get off your Section 8 and apply for my own Section 8.
Put down there telling us in the chat about
so what
you talking about.
Get on Section 8,
Waterloo.
find you a nice apartment, go get you a link card. You will be fine. You don't have to sit up and work. You don't have to work.
I'm dead serious. I ain't capping about that shit. Like, you can
guys,
ask anybody from like the city, they'll tell you, bro, you must ain't got no friends, man. It's chicks that you got. First off, think, yo, it is more chicks can get people to fly them places, and I don't know, after the Diddy case, they might not be flying them anywhere, but chicks will take them out. If you ain't paying no bills, you could be the flyest. Like, you go to the projects like New York and shit, some of the flyest people you'll ever see, best dressed, live in the goddamn project. Cause they rent be $40 a month. They pocketing and everything. They don't gotta pay for shit out of pocket, you know? Hey, look.
Eliminate the Section 8 voucher program, and what they want to do is basically put a time limit, which is a 2-year
chicks gonna
time
do bodies,
limit
chicks to Miami.
able-bodied citizen.
Where else they be
If you're
going?
able-bodied,
Atlanta
meaning
is the
that you're
new
not a
fucking
veteran, you're not disabled, you're not elderly.
everything. But
If you're
yeah,
able-bodied
them
and
chicks
can
going to
work,
Miami,
you're
be
gonna
like
have a
5 of
2-year
them in
time.
one
That's
hotel
federal
room
prison.
and
A
shit.
2-year
Bills
time
ain't
limit,
paid, they
and there's
fighting
no
each
more
other.
Section 8. So, with that being said, you're probably saying, okay, Alicia, what I mean, what?
I mean, you right
what am I
about
gonna
that.
do?
You gotta be
I'm
fine to
gonna
be
tell you,
flown
I've
out,
been
but you
stating
gotta think.
for the last few months.
A lot of these girls that we see, we don't see the real them. You see filters and makeup and hair weaves and eyelashes and shit. You don't see the real them.
Go back and look at some of my videos. I've been talking about the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. If you do not have a job, if you do not have a trade, if you do not have anything, sign up for that program. Call your
It's some broke females out there that's fine. Like I told, they shouldn't be broke because there's more simp dudes out there that's gonna pay for a female just off of how she look. They don't even gotta have no relations with them, and they can still get taken care of.
To your Family Self-Sufficiency, get in that program, get you some kind of certificate, whatever you like to do, whatever your passion is, turn your passion into your purpose, come up with some funds, that's because eventually if they do eliminate the Section 8 program or they give you a 2-year, you need to have a plan. You need to, if you don't have an education, that's why the Family Self-Sufficient will pay for you. If you don't have a job, but you say,
I think that they should, it should be a limit on it.
I'm a phlebotomist. I just can't find a job. The Family Self-Sufficiency.
See, you just said it ain't no broke fine chick, but just said your ex was broke fine. Looks fade over time.
So with that being said, they are cutting these programs. These are the proposed. What they're gonna do? They're proposed.
Look at this chick on here, right? She look decent on here, but if you look close, you can see she got all these filters, makeup, and everything. We don't know how she really looks. She might look like a goddamn scribbled up prune.
To cut the Section 8 voucher program and give block grants to the state.
I know some decent looking bros. Like I said, I can only talk on New York and the areas. It was chicks that I was surprised that I was even on that shit. There's a lot of joints that be
But no, they want to do 2 years.
That's cute, but they fucking.
I don't know if you all know yet. They're giving time.
They low educated. They smoke weed. They like dude said back in the day, we used to call some chicks a 40 in a blunt because all you had to do was have a bottle of liquor, some little bit of bud, and y'all hang out and shit.
I've been saying it for months. That's what I'm stating. Please get in these programs, get the education, come up with a plan B.
Nah, that shit look fake, bro. Her hair is real, but she got a fucking filters and all that shit. Look at her eyeballs all glossy and shit.
You want to be able to provide for you and your children.
She do, but let's say the filters come off. We don't know what she look like. That's why I like a natural woman that don't wear makeup all the time. I hate when I see a chick with a bunch of caked on makeup and all that shit. I'd rather the real you, man.
Give me a call, a call or inbox or whatever, or email me so that I can voucher. In this economy, everything's a lot going on. So just be prepared.
Listen, I don't know about how they do all that. She do look good, but I ain't with all that filters. Let the blemishes show. That's natural. That's what makes you you.
I made sure that I got my daughter on a voucher. I made sure I got my granddaughter on a voucher. I couldn't get my son on a voucher, so I told them that he had asthma. You can't prove asthma or migraines. She told me because she was telling me a way to scam the system. Because when I pull up in a 2013 Toyota Camry. There's usually a Lexus or BMW sitting in their yard.
Hold up, I got a Lexus.
Poor, okay? I look poor. And
an Audi.
Many people tell me stuff to give me ideas to help me out so that I can get some money from the government. But y'all keep on
What's the difference?
And since every one of you are going to ask me, yes, I reported it.
Well, because she ain't got the filters.
You are pretty untouchable here. Like they will give you ideas and help you do it.
The people crashing out over the big beautiful bill haven't even read the big beautiful bill. It's 870 pages. Did you read it? No. There's a certain group of people who just want to pick out pieces like the Medicaid part, talking about everybody deserves health care. Everybody does deserve health care. But Medicaid is not a universal program. This is in Canada. Universal health care is in Canada. You can go move there if you want universal health care. But in the United States, Medicaid was a government program for seniors and people who were disabled. Your whole family should be on Medicaid. Your whole family should be on Section 8. The free train, the free loading train has come to an end. Read the big beautiful bill, all 870 pages, before you jump on here crying about what Trump's doing. You can get Medicaid if you're not disabled or if you're not a senior. You just have to have a work requirement. You can get EBT and SNAP benefits, but you can only get it for 2 years. You can get a Section 8 voucher for 2 years. Not you, your kid, your kid's kids, your grandma, your auntie. That's not what it is. That's why you're really mad. Tell the truth. Because we already know. Because all that free shit that you've been getting hasn't been free. Taxpayers have been paying for it. You know, the ones who work. The ones who have barely any food in their refrigerators while you guys do food hauls from Walmart talking about you got $3,000 in food stamps. You have to get a job now. Or if you want your whole family on Medicaid, go to Canada. Because there's some really great things in the 870 pages of that big, beautiful bill. So one of them is no tax on tips.
You probably got a filter on too, man. I ain't even sure no
When
more.
you get your job and you work overtime, it won't be taxed like it is now. Do y'all know how much they tax overtime? Like 50%. That's gone away. All of the servers
I wish I
in the
got
world
paid
get, like,
overtime.
tips. You won't have to be
I get
taxed
paid
on it.
salary, so if I
maybe
work
home
1
away. I
minute
think that's a
or
win.
24 hours, it's
For
the
all the people who
same
are buying
thing.
cars or have car loans that you probably don't want to pay back, there's not going to be any more tax on the interest from your car loan. So where's the
So I don't think that it ain't no tax on interest. I think you can claim your interest that you pay on your shit, like how you claim on like you claim the interest on your house if you even able to idolize. If you ain't got enough to put you over, they did move it from 24,000 filing joint to 31. So if you're not over the threshold, it ain't even gonna matter. She talk about Medicaid instead.
he's taking the Medicaid and he's making tax breaks for the rich people. Read it. The other thing is, Medicaid is for people who need Medicaid. It's not for you losers who are sitting at home making bullshit TikToks and then being mad because you're not making any money on it. You're providing no value. So, when you want to complain about Trump's big, beautiful bill and literally get on social media crying about your Medicaid is gone, first of all, it hasn't even gone into effect, so stop lying.
Yeah, it don't
That's
go
first
into
of all.
effect until
Second of all,
2026.
if you're not a senior and you're not disabled, the big beautiful bill just tells you, as it relates to Medicaid, you got to work a certain amount of hours. The Section 8 that you generationally hand down to your whole family is over. You can't do that anymore because there are American citizens who actually qualify for Medicaid and Section 8 and EBT and couldn't get it because you've been on it for 20 years. And for all of you people who are talking about, oh, what are we going to do? Well, you should be happy about the big, beautiful
Never
bill.
had it,
Because
but
now
I feel
the
like
illegal
Medicaid
migrants
is
can't
better
get
than the
your
shit they
shit.
give you in the military.
And maybe if the illegal migrants go back to their home, there'll be jobs for you to get. So you don't have to be at home begging for money, okay? So let me know
I
down
like
in
the
the
people
comments.
coming
Did
from
you
other
guys read
countries.
the big, beautiful
I think
bill?
they need to speed
Have
up
you
the
read
process
all
to make them
870
legal citizens.
pages?
It
Or are
shouldn't
you
take
just saying
years.
what everybody else is
That
saying?
shit should
The
be like
same
a
group of people
6.
talking about
It should be
crying that
24
your
months
Medicaid
or
is gone.
less.
Like well-bodied people, like strong people, not seniors, crying on this app because you don't get free shit anymore. Let me know down in the comments who's down for the big beautiful bill and who's making up shit and or not even reading it and have no idea what they're talking about. And don't
Yeah.
get me started on Alcatraz.
Tricare
So I'm
is
gonna make a whole video
trash,
about
bro.
that too. But let me know down
Especially for
in the
active duty,
comments.
man.
Are
I
you
feel
for the
like
big
my
beautiful
dependents
bill,
get
or
better
you one of
taking
the
care
whiners
of
and
me, man.
complainers?
But Tricare, fucking trash, bro. I ain't lying. When I was in the squadron, it was still trash, but it was decent. I could at least get an appointment. I need an appointment just to be seen for some regular shit. My shit is 3 months out, bro, and I called that shit in the end of May. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel Tricare be good if I could take that shit and pick my own PCM where I could go outside of the damn Like if I want to go on base, I go on base, or send me to one of the damn the branch clinics. It's better than insurance because you forced me to go see a doctor like right there on base, and they never got appointments. They fucking only talk to you for 15 minutes. You can only tell them about 3 problems, but I had to make the appointment 4 months out. If I'm hurt, I got TRICARE. I'm active duty. I'm still active. But I'm telling you, they need to that's what they need to make a bill to fix that shit. Cause it don't make no damn sense. It's so bad, and they don't talk about that. They don't talk about how bad that joint is. Cause Lord knows that shit is terrible.
I'm not going to disrupt that adoption because some crazy lady has some crazy theories.
My parental rights were illegally terminated. It doesn't matter how you cut.
What was this? I can't even hear it. We getting into the court stuff now. Yeah. I don't even know. Did I set up the court joint on this view? I just chatting view, but I don't think I set it up as the joint, but I'm about to see right now. Now I got the actual, like I said, I'm active. Like I gotta go to, like if I'm sick, I gotta go to work, go to sick call. They gonna tell me they seen 2 people, so they can't take nobody else. You gotta get there. Supposed to be 7, I think 10, but you get there at 7:05, or you get there at 6:30. You waiting online, and by the time you get up there, they be like, "Oh, we full for the day." So they only see about 3 people. It seemed like. I hope when I retire, and I got 2 years left, that'll put me at 24 years. I hope that shit's way better. Hopefully. Let's see what media sources. Court. I didn't add it. Let me add this joint here. I'm fucking up. I didn't add it. Let me add it. And then but yeah, man, it wasn't this bad when I first joined. I mean, granted, I joined in 2003. But it was definitely a different day. You was able to stuff was a lot better. And then now they bitch over shit that don't need to be bitching. Like you bitching over no shave chits and stuff like that. And that shit don't matter. It's a lie. Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. I've been looking at my friends lately that's retired in the last last few years, and they definitely make it look very exciting to be on that side. Like life is a lot better. I seen cats that were struggling in the military that got out after they retired, and they doing awesome. So we're gonna get into this court case.
Adoption because some crazy lady has some crazy theories.
My parental rights were illegally terminated. It doesn't matter how you cut the cheese, simply because my husband at the time was accused of a crime. You cannot, under Texas state law, terminate parental rights on someone else's accusations. I don't know why I was muted, but I would object to allowing the state to have a dismissal knowing that my parental rights were illegally terminated. It doesn't matter how you cut the cheese on the rights terminated. The state asked the jury to terminate my parental rights simply because my husband at the time was accused of a crime. You cannot, under Texas state law, terminate parental rights on someone else's accusations. They had to find some kind of lawful reason to have me terminated from my parental rights, and they did not. The state has made those claims, and I have taken it up with the Department of Family and Protective Services in the commissioner's office. And they are the ones who told me there were no findings of guilt on my part, and I should have my children. Jerome Green stated that I should have possession of my daughters back in 2020 and asked me if they were at my house. And I told him no, they were not in my
let me interrupt you. Your rights were terminated. From what I read, that went to the seventh court. Excuse me, don't interrupt me. That went to the 7th Court of Appeals, and it was affirmed on November 26th of 2018. A petition for review was denied by the Texas Supreme Court. On June 3rd of 2019, the mandate issued. So your rights are terminated. And
God, especially for a female, they usually it usually got to be hell and hot water for them to take a female's parental rights. It's more than what she's saying, because it gotta be hell and hot water. They don't be taking female parental rights. That shit just don't happen. Like, so she must have really like messed up talking about it's because of allegations and all that shit. That's bullshit, man. It's enough cases that especially for adoption. What's up, Charlie Dukes? Welcome to the fam. Yeah, especially when it comes to like adoption shit. That's that hard. They try to keep like, they might do like a little foster care for a little while, and then they'll take it from there, but they don't usually try to take the kid away. Let me try and adjust this shit. So, well, you know what? Fuck it. Let me leave it. Gotta try and make this bigger, as y'all can see. So we can see that a little more. But yeah, they usually don't take the kid from them unless some real catastrophic stuff happens. Then they gonna do what's in the best interest of the child. But they try to keep the child with the mother at least, and give them steps of getting the child back if they do got to take the child out the household.
If you don't understand what Ms. Strat was saying, the statute that allows you to ask for reinstatement of your parental rights,
switch cameras.
You must prove to the court
I've got 3 different
have
cameras.
not been adopted.
I done switch cameras to
an adoption placement agreement.
A web camera.
Plus, you have to have given notice 45 days prior to filing your
graphic
petition
card.
to the
That
department.
shit is.
These exhibits that have just been admitted show that the children have been adopted.
Well, maybe I should.
And they show that you did not give 45 days notice of the filing of the petition prior to filing it. You gave the notice on the same day that you filed the petition.
No, sir, I did not.
Well,
I gave that notice in December, and I have proof of that.
According to let me interrupt.
Live in Utah.
The children are adopted unless you can convince this court today that the children have not been adopted.
Yeah, mostly everywhere for a mother to lose her parental rights, it's some serious shit that happened. Well, she got like a serious habit.
What do you want me to say about the illegal part of terminating my rights?
That is not what the statute
Does the state
says,
of Texas say that they support fundamental law? If the state of Texas does not support fundamental law, then I wouldn't be arguing the fact that the adoption was done illegally.
It'd be funny. They be making up shit like they lawyers. They think they real lawyers arguing with these judges.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you one more time. The statute says you
this
cannot
some dude
file
right
that
out trying.
be dismissed.
Put a camera on each monitor that I got.
It doesn't say that the children have been
way when I'm looking
legally adopted.
Like I wasn't looking at this monitor, but I didn't think I should have just.
So you're saying an illegal action can be done in a court?
I'm saying
prom day came, so I had to like fix up my setup a little something. And I got my monitors. I'm surrounded. I got 3 32-inch monitors around me. But I bought the whole 2 of them. I could have just moved it. Oh, that's cool. You driving using safer things coming in, but drive safe. I don't need you getting into no accidents, Charlie.
And what I just said, the statute says if the children have been adopted, then I have to dismiss your petition for reinstatement, and that's where I'm standing. So that's my intent today.
If you dismiss this, Judge Graham, Associate Judge Graham, I should be seeing a judge who has standing. You are an associate judge. You are just a lawyer. Do you understand that you right now are violating my constitution?
Listen, I ain't a lawyer, But I know not to talk shit to no judge in no goddamn courtroom. I don't care if you're associate, substitute, or whatever. I ain't talking crazy to somebody who got more control over my situation than me.
Rights, as you did 8 years ago.
No, ma'am, I don't. So again,
had these
unless
kids
you
for 8
can
years?
present evidence that the children have not been adopted, I'm going to dismiss the case right now without any
Word, she
further
just
testimony
can't
because
adopt
the
kids
exhibits that have been
overnight. So
admitted
she
show
ain't had
that
these
the children
kids
have
in 8 fucking years. Man.
been adopted.
And the other exhibits stating that I did not file are not proving that I did file 45 days. That's not the state lying right there.
Petitioner's Exhibit 2 is a certified copy of your notice of intent to file this petition. It was filed on March 14th, 2025 at 8:51 a.m. Your actual petition for reinstatement was filed on March 14th, 2025 at 8:51 a.m. So yes.
That is incorrect.
Well, that's
on December 30th.
You can take that up with, you can take that up with the district clerk because they have certified that these are accurate records. So, Mr. Nowak, you want to weigh in on this?
You don't take no shit.
You represent the children. Do you have recommendations for the motion today?
Where is the father?
I do, Judge, and I so appreciate your temperament and your patience. Mom's rights were terminated. The kids were adopted. I'm not going to disrupt that adoption because some crazy lady has some crazy theories. I apologize for that, Judge. My recommendation to the court today is to dismiss whatever Mom has filed. And Judge, I do apologize for my
dirt road. I had some fun
for my
times to go
commentary.
visit South Carolina.
That's fine. Okay.
On them dirt roads.
It may be fine to you, but that's defamation of character, Judge.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll defame your character all day long, lady. Judge, that's all I've got.
Ms. Lester?
I like his style.
Can I confirm something real quick, Judge?
Sure,
Did you admit my
I haven't, no.
exhibits?
Are there objections to 1 through 5?
And I named them departments, exhibit 1 through 5, since I guess
I like his
Lester's actually the petitioner in this particular
I defame your
situation.
character all day long.
No objection, Judge.
Okay. All right, petitions 1 through 5 are admitted. The court finds that based on Department's Exhibit number 1, that the children were adopted.
Illegally.
That the children were adopted.
Illegally. Under the table. I never got the adoption papers because they knew back in the day I would have argued that.
Listen, I'm getting ready to mute you if you interrupt.
He said back in the day, but you ain't get there to today, and it sounds like them kids been there 8 years. Allegedly. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Let me one more time.
Oh, but you can interrupt me, right?
The order granting adoption
goddamn
was
judge.
signed. It's in cause number 78010-L1 in the county court at law number 1. That order was signed by Judge Anderson on June 10th, 2020.
How do you donate? It's a link you got to go to.
And I'm looking at a certified copy of it under Dependents
I found the link.
Exhibit 1.
It's in the
Court
chat.
finds
It's the
that Ms.
stream
Lesnar has not
stream
met the
elements
basic
link you go
requirements
to.
go
You
forward
drop
with
a
this
tip.
petition because the children have been adopted. Therefore, I'm going to grant the motion to dismiss.
Let me see.
All right, Ms. Lesnar, you have 3 days, working days from today to file a de novo if you'd like for Judge Anderson to rehear this case. You have 20 days after I sign the judgment.
I appreciate
it. To me
any
to appeal this to
donations.
the Court of Appeals. You understand that?
I'll see you in federal.
Are you on mobile?
Okay.
I see. How can I drop the link in there?
All right. This was our last hearing for the day, so we'll stand in recess. Everybody have a good weekend.
Let me pull up the joint where I can pin it to the.
Judge, it's always good to end my week with you. You have a wonderful weekend.
I like that lawyer because he talking mad
it's
shit.
Interesting on Fridays. I'll give you that.
Lawyer talking mad shit. I like
you
it.
all know each other and are so buddy.
Okay, y'all have a good weekend.
She talking crazy. They lock her ass up.
And I've been providing financially for my child by myself since he was 2 years old when Mr. Johnson went to jail.
Okay. What are you asking the court to do today?
I want a child support order started, and I also would like retroactive pay because I've been providing for the child financially by myself.
From what date?
Here it goes. As soon as I said that shit, the bot posted it up there when I was trying to find it.
Okay, so if I'm understanding you correct, you want retroactive support
to the top
since May of 2023.
Yes, since he gotten out of jail, he should have.
You understand, ma'am? That hasn't.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let me
has
step
that
in
been
here.
has
Let
that
me
been played
step
for?
in here, Mr. Asif. Ms. Thompson,
Yes,
once
ma'am.
the order's been ordered, and just like you got the original order of support, that was ordered. Then it stopped at some point because of Mr. Johnson's incarceration. That was ordered. Once there's a court order, we're not supposed to go back
She said
behind
she
that
will
order.
run
The only
you
thing
this.
the law would allow me to do right now on this modification is go back to
Yeah, I
the
feel
date the
terrible
other
for the
party or
children and
parent
all
was
that shit
served with
too,
the
man.
paperwork,
That's what it
putting
really
in
be
my
about is
notice
the children.
that
None of this
there's going
other
to be a
bullshit.
modification. So now you get the child support back reinstated. The furthest back I can go is to the date he was served. If I
I
look at it right,
understand that. That's just when he asked, was that what I wanted? No,
I
that's
did
not
see
what I
this.
wanted.
She
But I
kind of wild.
definitely understand that. That was explained to me.
well, I'm a court. I have to follow the law. My paycheck depends on it. I'm me doing my job correctly. However, it's there. I can't go past a certain date, and that would be the service on Mr. Johnson, and he was served March 18th. So the earliest I could go back for this child support to go back would be March 1st. Now I understand he's opposing it, and wants it to start in the future, June 1st, and you're opposed to that. But I don't want to waste your time or my time talking about 2 years worth of support because I can't do it. Got it? Okay. Thank
You on your phone, you should be able to
and it
click
was
that link.
everything else
and it should
Mr.
work.
Asif stated correct though, that well, we still have another issue to go talk about. So Mr. Asif, you want to go with that one?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Thompson, do you have access to private health insurance you can place the child on at this time?
No.
Okay. Then, can you please explain to the court why you're requesting the backdated child support obligation?
Because I'm not able to maintain a steady job. I take care of 2 special needs children by myself financially. I deal with mental health issues, as well as taking care of my mentally disabled children without any help or any support.
She got time to take all that pleasure to make them kids. The first kid was bro, good looking. I appreciate that tip. See, if you on the full screen link, it pops up on the screen, but I got that joint. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the channel.
Whatsoever.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Is there anything else that you'd like this court to know?
I'd like for my information to be kept confidential.
Okay, and can you please explain to the court why?
Because Mr. Johnson is still involved in drug-related activities. I'm not comfortable. I've never been fully comfortable with his lifestyle, his way of life, or wanting him to bring his lifestyle around me or my children. And I've been saying that from jump. Since the first order, December of 2018, I've been asking for some type of help, protection for me and my kids.
What concerns do you have about Mr. Johnson?
I'm trying to figure out if we're really going to hear this or not today because I can put for another day. But Ms. Thompson, have you ever gotten the non-disclosure in all those orders that you've come to court for before now? Have there ever been one in place, a non-disclosure?
Yes,
I'm
there
mistaken.
was.
She's gonna crash
And
out too.
The original one in December of 2018. He's not supposed to know my address, my phone number.
That's true. If that's
It's crazy. She won his money. She won all this time. But she said it's so hard to have these kids, but she don't want him spending no time with the kids. Don't want him to know where the kids live or anything. That's ridiculous. That's child support should be visitation. All types of stuff should come as part of child support. It shouldn't just be a paycheck when you get mad at somebody.
true, then usually the process is we continue it. So I don't know if that's
So what happened is when we went to court last year, July, and saw Judge Chris Schneider, I didn't have a lawyer. Mr. Johnson did. Nobody took my concerns or anything that I said seriously because he had a lawyer and I did not.
What is that?
So when I came to court,
hold on. What was the case you were in front of Judge Schneider about?
For a modification, he tried to take custody of my son after he got out of jail, and I went no contact with him after he told me he was not going to help.
Your Honor, if we could maybe narrow this hearing to the issues in front of us.
I'm trying to do that, Mr. Asif. However, I need to know whether I'm hearing the non-disclosure or not, or whether we have a part where we can continue. So that's why it's relevant, sir. But Ms. Thompson, did the court continue it, or they didn't even discuss the non-disclosure, so it might still be an effective order?
He didn't. The judge. They weren't trying to listen to me because I didn't have.
I don't want to hear that part. I want to know what the order says. That's all I can do.
He made me give the Judge Schneider made me give my address in the court in front of everybody. So he had my address then. They tried to play it like if I wasn't.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You answered the question. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reserve it. I'm gonna let everybody get on board with what needs to be proven for that before I just willy-nilly grant it or don't grant it in a temporary order right now. We're gonna reserve that issue. However, they won't publish information on this order. If it's already been published and another judge had already taken it up, I have to start over on this case with you proving it up again on why I should do it. So I'm gonna give you time to do that. I'm gonna give time.
You'll have a reason for that as well.
I get it, but I don't want to hear it right now. We're going to postpone it to the next case. I'm going to see you again. I have another case waiting. It's late in the day. It's been a very long day for me. So just thank you for that. We're going to reserve court costs. We're going to reserve non-disclosure. We're going to serve child support arrears. The only thing I'm deciding is a start date on the modification, whether it's June 1st or March 1st. Is my understanding. Is that correct, Mr. Asif?
Yes, Your Honor. And the proving up of the agreement on medical as well.
Oh yeah, I got that, but I'm not sure they understood you or not. The temporary order that Mr. Asif has said that you both have agreed to is that it's a temporary order. It's a modification that we're taking up. For right now, child support will be $220 a month. I haven't ordered the start date yet. That's still in question. And that's based on a minimum wage presumption. The medical support will be $57 a month. And that is starting June 1st, Mr. Asif. There's no dispute about that since it's the government program.
That's my understanding.
I don't agree with that because he just told me 1 week ago today, and I have the text message proof. He came an hour and 45 minutes late to pick my son up because he was at work. He told me he worked 7 days a week.
Mr. I'm not talking about business. I'm talking about child.
Oh no, he was wrong. He came an hour late because he had to work.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about child support too. I have the child majority of the time. He just told me 1 week ago today that he is working 7 days a week. So the fact that see how he keeps putting the camera down because he's talking to somebody. He keeps he's working. So he literally did this the first order in 2018, and I went along with it because I never originally wanted financial support. I wanted him to get my child because he wasn't.
So you're telling me you don't agree with the $220?
No, I do not.
Why did you say you did? Did you say?
So what changed? Before you wanted him to be a father and spend time. What changed now?
In the negotiation? Ms. Thompson, did you agree to this in the negotiation?
No, I didn't. They didn't even tell me that amount. No, ma'am. You're the first person to just say that amount. And I don't agree with the minimum amount.
I find that hard to believe if you've been here for hours and they've talked to you.
Exactly.
Told
no,
you
ma'am. Nobody told me $220. They keep saying the minimum amount. You're the first person.
Time out. If it's not an agreement, I understand that now. So you're going to have to prove your case. And Mr. Asif, I think we have another dispute, which is current support. So if you want to take up the issue with both parents. Before we do that, you do agree that you're on the government program for the Medicaid for the child or children?
My son is on supplemental security.
So he's got his own.
He gets Medicaid through Social Security. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but however, they are asking you to provide. Does she need to still apply for the service if the child's already receiving it, Mr. Asif? Do we need to put that in the order, or does it matter?
Yeah, he's already receiving Medicaid.
The child's already receiving Medicaid. So it doesn't matter if we put it in there or don't put it in there if the child's already on Medicaid?
Your Honor, I'd like to put it in the order because
the state is trying to get money for the state.
We're going to be requesting cash medical support from Mr. Johnson.
As you can see, they don't care nothing about them children. The state is trying to get their money and recover because when they on these government programs like welfare, Medicaid, and all that, if the father get put on child support, the father is responsible for reimbursing for that. So say they take the father for the money, they're going to make him pay a certain amount so that they able to get the money when her and the father could have worked out a deal and all the money go to the kid instead of just the state taking a cut.
Reimbursement for the Medicaid.
As far as I can tell, Ms. Thompson, the child's already on Medicaid. You don't need to reapply. However, it does give the state the ability to collect some money for the program because it's still the same program. And so that's why they're asking me to put that in the order that the government provide the insurance through your application. However, if the child's already on it, I don't think there's a problem there. You don't have to go reapply. Let's see. And
Your Honor, also, I'd like Ms. Thompson to refrain from discussing what happened in negotiations. That's hearsay and it's not admissible.
What's hearsay? What did I say?
Ms. Thompson, I need you to cooperate. You were in a negotiation room. They talked to you. There was another person as a staff member of the AG's office or a lawyer. I don't know who talked to you, but whatever they said in the negotiation, where y'all talked about, is not a matter for me to hear.
Anything that he hasn't
No,
said about
I get that, but I'm trying to now put you on notice, both of you, that hearsay is from the negotiation conferences. I will sustain that objection. I know, ma'am, quit interrupting. Mr. Asif, I was trying to find out, or actually I was telling her, somebody must have told you, but I didn't ask for you to tell me what they said, okay? That's where the confusion is. I brought the issue up just because I understand you've been here for hours and you've talked to somebody, so I assumed you would have known what the order already contemplated.
about the amount.
Yes, ma'am, yes. But I don't need you to talk about anything that anybody told you, so I am clarifying that. I'm clarifying it so that you understand that anything from here forward, it's not what somebody told you, it's what your knowledge of something is, or your personal knowledge. So let's move on to the actual case in hand, because I have another case to get to, folks.
Do you know how much you made in the past at prior jobs?
No, not for sure. But I do know that he works, and then he also told me that he's back hustling on the side as well.
Oh, she's trying to get that man locked up.
Okay. Do you have any other evidence to suggest he's presently employed aside from what he's told you?
Yes, I have the text message proof, and then I also have a witness who heard a phone conversation between me and Mr. Johnson.
Hey, yo,
Is this witness with you? Do you intend for them to testify?
I do give consent for them to testify. No, she is not here with me right now.
She just trying to set
Okay.
that boy up.
Would it be possible
He go
for,
to jail.
for her to be
You ain't getting nothing.
Right now?
Yes.
I think it's too late. If you're not prepared now, I'm not waiting for witnesses, Mr. Asif. I have another case that's waiting as well. These are meant
Yes, Your Honor.
hearings
Okay.
and
Saying
Thompson,
that since
what
part
are you
one, she got
requesting from
another
this court?
case.
What precise amount in the child support are you requesting?
I just need assistance with my son. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I'm not here lying. I'm not the one here lying. I have a special needs son who I need help with and I need support for. People should not be trying to take money from me, which is what Mr. Johnson is doing.
No,
I
please.
need support with my special needs child.
Ms. Thompson, I need a number. I need a number based on facts. I need a number of what he's making.
I don't have any facts. He's
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Is there information that
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Asif, next question.
I have no further questions, Your Honor. I'd like to reopen questioning Mr. Johnson.
You may recall him.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, what do you, when you work, how much do you make?
This previous job that I just had was 16 an hour, and like I spoke to, I forget her name, in the negotiation room. I started work the previous Thursday and Friday.
Say what she said. Just talk about what you know. I know. He was talking about what he told her, so it wasn't hearsay, Mr. Asif, just because you used the word negotiation conference.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson,
I
be
told her-
nice.
Yeah, when I started
Don't
work last
talk about anything you said there. You talk to me. You're in a courtroom. Now you tell me what you said.
They be rude as shit, boy.
My last day of work was Monday. They wrote me up on Monday for missing Sunday. I informed them that I cannot work 7 days a week. That is not feasible for me, so I resigned on Monday. I worked 3 days at Purdue Foods. Anybody is welcome to call and confirm that. I have no issue with that. I don't appreciate being called a liar. I have no problem taking care of my son. If I was employed, I'd be happy to pay whatever the court asks me. But I am not employed at the moment. I would like to spend time with my son, not just work 7 days a week and not be able to see my son. That's the whole purpose of me resigning on Monday. Y'all can call and contact Purdue Foods, the Workforce Commission, anybody. I do not mind. That does not bother me. Like I said, I have an interview next Thursday. The position is $14 to $16 an hour. Lord giving that I get the job, I'll be happy to pay the appropriate amount of child support. I've never ducked or dodged my child support whatsoever.
Fuck off.
But what I'm not going to be told is I'm doing this and that by Ms. Thompson, who has no clue what's going on over here in my household and how I'm paying my bills.
I do know that
Like I said,
Ms. Thompson, it's not your turn. No.
He upset because she's trying to say he up there hustling. And she wants some of them. She said she don't want the kids around him because he hustling, but she wants some of them proceeds.
Capable of more, but assuming that I get the position. If I don't get the position, then what? Then I'm stuck here. See, the whole issue arose, if I don't get the job, then I get arrested for not being able to afford my child support. Then my federal probation gets revoked, and then I'm back in prison. That does not benefit my son whatsoever at that point.
But it doesn't benefit your son to give minimum wage support when you've never been a minimum wage worker.
It doesn't benefit, like, I don't have a problem.
That don't make sense. If I don't got a job, right, it don't benefit my son or daughter in that case, but it don't benefit the child to get minimum wage support when you got zero because you never been a minimum wage worker. But if I'm used to working, I need to just go get any job until I could get a job that I really used to have and I want. That makes more sense. But all right, let's hear it. They want you to pay imaginary money that you ain't got. Then, like he said, you put me in a trick bag, and now I get locked up because I don't got a job or can't afford to pay that and live. And now you locked up and get zero.
Asking for minimum wage up until next month. If next month, if I have acquired the position, we can bump it to whatever my pay is. I don't have that
talking a
problem.
little crazy.
But I don't want to be stuck in a rut where I'm falling so far behind because I owe X amount but can't get a job.
Well, you've heard what Miss
I'm a felon.
You've heard what Miss Thompson said about it's hard to raise a child on just an income and not enough.
Now, this one thing I don't like about the judge, right? She's saying that old girl said it's hard. I'm not taking away that it's not hard, but she getting assistance. That's why that dude is right there to do put the little drain on him. That's why he there, because he giving assistance. Dude, the little Indian looking guy, he's the state taking them for child support because she's getting medical assistance. And then the kid got a disability, so the kid is getting a SSI check. She's getting a disability check. So she's saying all this. He do need to, don't get me wrong, he do needs to give to the kid because that's his kid, that's his responsibility. But she getting assistance from every angle, but acting like, and it ain't stop her from laying on her back and having another kid. Like, make it make sense. The money slowed down. He was a hustler getting money. He got locked up. The money slowed down, and now, reality setting in.
What about me?
She didn't say what about the kid. She said, what about me?
Ms. Thompson, I've asked you several times to not interrupt. I get your position. That's why I'm going through the process. Ms. Thompson, I get enough to where I have to do my job, and you gotta quit interrupting. You've gotta quit.
You gotta quit babying her. You wasn't babying old boy. Don't sit there and baby her.
Just stop and come back next month, and if you're not gonna play by my rules, I'm not gonna do this. Okay, Mr. Johnson, what do you think is fair? Do you really think 220 is for the next 2 months, or what, even if I did back pay on that?
I mean, last time when the original order was set, I was unemployed then, and we agreed at just $10 an hour at that point.
And how much was it?
While I was unemployed, it was $291.
Oh.
That's what me and the state of Texas agreed on. I'm sorry now.
And is that what the
objection hearsay?
It's not hearsay. That's what the paperwork. My original orders.
See, old boy that worked for the government, he trying to get as much as he. Old boy that worked for the government, he trying to get as much as he want to get whatever the state could get out of him. That's why he like, oh, objection to hearsay, but it's already in writing.
Repeat yourself. And I asked you, Mr. Asif, and you told me, and I'm looking for my notes now. The original order said what again? Child support.
The original order was the very first order from 2019 ordered a support obligation of $291 a month in child support, beginning the first day of December 2018, and
what was it based on? Does it have some finding about what the...
Yes, Your Honor, I'm getting to that. It also orders $70 in cash medical support. The findings on Mr. Johnson's gross monthly resources at the time were $1,700.33.
And can you do the reverse math to figure out how much an hour? Is that what he's stating that was not hearsay, that was a court order at $10 an hour?
Yes, Your Honor. Presuming that it was a 40-hour work schedule, 1733 times 12 months in a year, times
$10.
52. Yeah.
Is there any way you consider anything else, Mr. Johnson?
I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't mind paying child support. I just don't want to get caught up to where I'm arrested because I failed to make a payment because I can't afford it. I don't, like I said, I don't mind paying child support. I just don't want to get caught up to where I'm arrested because I failed to make a payment because I can't afford
Nobody's
it.
going to arrest you right now at the very beginning and not on a temporary order for only 2 months, okay? But you did get 2 years or more. I don't know how much of no child support.
He was in jail.
And that's what the problem is. And Ms. Thompson had not benefited from anything until now. So yes, I understand her desperation. Yes, I understand her need for child support. I get your side too. However, you didn't get to brought court till now. So now I'm trying to figure out the right thing to do is, and it does look like you're capable of more, and you were ordered to pay more even before your incarceration. So what's your bottom line? That it should be $7.25 an hour or not?
I will agree back to the 10 for the temporary order. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever.
Well, of course you don't, because it's the lowest that we can give you.
I mean, we're setting the date next month, correct?
Let's see, June 27th is what they asked for as the next court date. Yes.
Right, we're talking about 1 month. So, I mean, I don't understand what the full argument is.
No, it's well, the point is, Ms. Thompson needs more, and she's always needed more, and she got stuck with 0 while you went off to prison. You get that part? She had to do without. I want you to hear that.
You see, he went to jail. She put on the waterworks. She didn't go without. She got SSI. She got welfare. I'm pretty sure she probably got some housing shit too. She probably got Section 8 or welfare's paying her rent because she ain't working. And he was in jail, so of course he can't pay you shit if you're in jail, and he's gonna turn around and throw him back in jail. He ain't gonna be able to give shit anyway. The kid is still losing. And then I feel it should be the bare minimum amount when you don't want the kid to be, when you don't want the father to be part of the kid's life, except for a child support check, it should be the bare minimum. If you want the kid, you want more money or whatever, it shouldn't even be about the money. It should be about building relationship with the father gets to have equal parenting time or sufficient parenting time. But if all you want is the money, but you don't want him to know where you live at, don't want him to come around the kid, you just want a check, that's wrong in itself. But this is what the courts are saying. She ain't talk crazy to the old girl when she was cutting her off. She said, I'm really trying to work with you.
When I came home, and she was so stressed when I came home in August of 23.
I don't know. That doesn't. No. I'm not gonna get back on Mr. Johnson. I don't know what happened and why. It doesn't matter to me what happened and why. You're here now. You had no support for 2 solid years for whatever reason. I don't care whose fault it was or whose grace it was that it happened. But it didn't. I don't need to talk about that. I want to know why I should do $7.25 even for 1 month. Yes, I do. I want to know that. If you're ready to talk to me and to answer my question, I'll unmute you. But until then,
but you notice the
I'm going to ask you before I unmute you, sir.
One,
I need you to know. I need to know what your bottom line is. And if it's minimum wage, just say it. Just then quit giving me reasons for it. I don't need to hear any more reasons. Just tell me what's your minimum
and just make
request at this time, or your maximum request.
10 would be my minimum.
Minimum wage presumption. That's what you want right now.
$10 an hour.
No,
minimum wage $7.25. You're correct.
I'm not sure you talked out both sides of your mouth. You first said, I think the money for the $10, and then you realized that wasn't 10, so you really want the $7.25 an hour. That's what you're saying.
No. I say 10 is fine with me right now. The $2.91 or whatever.
You talking out the side of your...
You answered my question. Thank you.
See, the
Do you have
judge
any
is so
follow-up,
busy
Mr. Asif, for Mr.
listening to reply and not listen to understand. He said, look, I can afford to pay if I was getting paid $10 an hour, even though I have no job right now. I just lost my job. I have no job, but I have a job interview next week. So hopefully I get the job, then I could pay whatever. But if I don't get the job, I should still be able to make do paying at the rate if I was paying $10, getting paid $10 an hour. You know? She making all this shit. Like I said, oh boy, at the bottom is the state. That's the state taking her and him to court for child support because she's on government assistance. She's getting SSI for her kids, 2 checks because she got 2 kids that got disabilities. Then she's getting Medicaid for both kids, and he's there to represent the healthcare, and they want they cut, and they want him to go pay child support so they can get paid. and she want, you know what I'm saying, a cut, but being that she on them government programs, it's gonna go through them and they're gonna take the money to reimburse the government programs.
Johnson.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Thompson, I need to talk to you again. I need to have whatever proof you have on his income, not to call names, not for me to tell you that I'm finding him to be a liar, not for all the distress you've gone through. I know you have. I have no doubt about it. That doesn't help me. I need to figure out what I can apply the.
But you see how the difference and how she's talking to her and how she's talking to him? Total difference, total different demeanor. Even though she's trying to be stern, she's definitely showing more grace to her when she literally said she ain't gonna work, ain't gonna try to work.
The law applied to these facts, what the facts are. So, Ms. Thompson, if you have some argument to make on the child support not being $7.25 an hour, you tell me what it is you want me to base it on and which position or whatever for how, why I should do that. So you're allowed to talk. Just answer that question, Ms. Thompson.
I think his minimum payment should be whatever his last job was until he gets another job. Yes, he has additional income. He told me that he's back selling drugs.
You see how that shit don't even make sense? You literally sitting in court. This is how fucking ignorant she is. She literally sitting in court, right? He lost his job because he wanted to spend time with his kids, you know? But you literally telling the cuz that he's doing illegal stuff. So everything you saying, you know they doing the court transcripts of that. You think that man ain't gonna get investigated for that? But it's smart on her side because if she put that in the ear and they put that in the transcript, now she could justify why she don't want him to be around the kid and why she don't want him to have equal parenting because she already put it in the ear and then they got to investigate it. Now they can say, well, he's a known drugs dealer, you know?
So he has income. He has more income.
Even though you talk about
the
weed.
minimum is not gonna cut it for me.
You know,
and he was just getting paid $15 an hour.
Ms. Thompson, I have never ever in my 30 years on the bench.
If he can put it in the bank account.
Ms. Thompson, I'm not gonna charge child support based on drug wages.
Well, if he can,
I don't even know what it is. Do you know what it is? Do you have any idea what it is?
Yeah, because I witnessed a lot, which is why.
What judge in their right fucking mind gonna sit there and ask her how much money she get? And your dumbass, you making yourself an accomplice to that shit. So if you spend any of that money within 7 years, when you spend any of that money, the statute of limitations starts over. So you could hold it for 10 years, spend that money, that statute of limitations start over. So you be accomplice to a crime. So you want the drug proceeds, but don't want the kid around him because he's a drug dealer. Don't want him to know your address because you claim he's a drug dealer, allegedly.
Decided to get away from him. Yes, I do. I know exactly what it is. He just told me he was selling marijuana 1 week ago from today.
I'm not doing it, Ms. Thompson. Is there any other argument on the wages I should use?
And judge, you're not there to be fucking making on. You there to enforce the law. You like a referee for the law. You ain't supposed to be letting your personal feelings get in. If you talk to him one way, you sitting there talking to her another way, and she's saying a bunch of ludicrous things, and you ain't even checking her on that. You ain't sticking to the facts.
You already told me, but is there any last comment on that?
No, ma'am. I don't think my son should be a minimum.
Now it's about her son.
Okay, Mr. Asif, any other evidence or witnesses?
I'd just like to ask one more question, Mr. Johnson.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson, do you have any other children?
No, I sure don't.
No further questions, Your Honor.
And remind me, or did I hear there was only one child with him or 2 children with him? And
this case is just one child, Your Honor.
Okay, I heard Ms. Thompson say she had 2 special needs kids, but only one of those children belongs to Mr. Johnson. How old is that child, do you know, or the birthday, Mr. Asif?
I apologize, Your Honor. I was mistaken. There, in 2017 order, there was only one child, but there was a subsequent child born in 2021.
So there are 2 children?
Yes, Your Honor.
Like I said, he's the state. So he's going over how many kids she's receiving assistance for. That's why he looked in and said the subsequent order is the state is taking, because she got 2 kids. So it's like I said, she's getting government assistance all around the board, plus the child support. Plus, well, he was in jail. He couldn't pay her the child support. Plus SSI checks for them being special needs.
You know, ma'am, the second one is not mine.
My second child is not Mr. Johnson's.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. I appreciate it. And with the other children, the 20% is the percentage that the law would require, right? Mr. Asif?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor, 20%.
You're not possibly telling me there's a court order for a second child that, with all the court orders have been done?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be paying attention, Your Honor. You got the paperwork in front of you.
Well, if it's not a court order on the second child, then it's not going to happen today. Okay. Any argument, Mr. Asif? State's closing argument?
Well, I guess the state's only concern is on the government medical and the cash medical support. Your Honor, we request should this court find Mr. Johnson's gross monthly resources to be higher than based on the minimum wage presumption, then I'll be requesting an appropriately higher cash medical support amount, 4.5% of his gross monthly resources. As for the child support, Your Honor, I would not object to a finding of deliberate underemployment.
I don't think any of you argued he's deliberately unemployed. He is unemployed, and he's got a limited history since the prison, and I assume...
This modular home, who would end up with that according to what you are proposing?
The kids and I currently live here, and he has told me that we could stay here.
It's my home. It's not fair that I get kicked out with nothing. No house, no belongings, no nothing. I literally have a car and my clothes.
When and where were you married to the respondent, Sean?
In Keachai, Kansas in June 19th, 2015.
Okay. Are there any children from this relationship?
5.
Okay. What is the range of their ages?
There's 17, 15, 11, 7, and 3.
Okay. You've alleged in your petition that you and Sean are now incompatible. Does that mean you have differences that you don't believe you can reconcile and that you need to go your separate ways?
Yes, that's correct.
And you're asking the court to grant a final decree of divorce at this time on the legal ground of incompatibility?
Yes.
Have you already split up your personal property?
No.
No?
He hasn't come to pick anything up.
Okay, so you have the personal property and he just hasn't come to get his things yet. Is that a fair statement?
Correct.
Okay. And where is Sean currently residing?
With his mother in Wichita.
Okay. Do you believe you're going to have difficulty determining what property is his and what property is yours?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I've listed things that he said that he wanted, but other than that, I don't know.
All right. I just want to point out to you, if we've got disputed matters, we're not going to go forward with this.
I understand.
I want to settle all of the matters in this case at the same time. Are there any debts or that would be in dispute here as to who's going to pay them?
No.
Okay. Well, what about a parenting plan?
They made me pay everything in my divorce. I had to pay all debts, even the shit she did during the divorce when she ran everything up.
And for these 5 kids, what are your thoughts in that regard?
So at the moment, he has not taken any of the visitation that you had granted the last time we had court. And so I'm seeking full custody, and he can have the 1 or 2 weekends a month if he's going to take them. If not, then I'm going to keep him full time. But he hasn't showed any interest in anything to do with the kids since we've seen you last.
Regarding the issue of child support, it appears that you submitted a worksheet called for him paying child support in the amount of $3,311 a month.
Yes.
Hey, yo,
Okay.
what the fuck?
Where does Sean work?
Alert Construction Services.
This modular home, who would end up with that according to what you are proposing?
The kids and I currently live here, and he has told me that we could stay here.
Okay. Is it paid for?
It is paid off, yes.
Okay. I trust you're not asking for spousal support?
I did.
Okay, what do you mean you did?
No.
I submitted in there that he paid alimony. I believe it was what 20% based off. I have the papers.
20% of his
It
pay.
ended up being like $1,000 a month.
So she won $4,000. Shout out to the PayPal donations.
Are you making any other requests regarding final orders?
Just that he get car insurance in his name if he's going to keep the car and the truck, and that he continues to carry the health insurance on the kids.
She won $4,000 a month plus him pay the health insurance. She don't want to do shit.
All right.
And kick
Let
him
me
off
turn
the
to Sean
line.
for a moment. Are you opposing anything that she has proposed this morning?
Yeah,
Yes, I would like to acquire legal representation because I'm not. It's my home. It's not fair that I get kicked out with nothing. No house, no belongings, no nothing. I literally have a car and my clothes. So I would like to speak with an attorney and go from there. Why haven't you done that so far? This case has been pending for weeks. I'm not allowed on the property, sir, and I have not tried to bother her or be involved. Okay, but my question is, why haven't you already sought an employee legal counsel since this case has been pending for many weeks? We were supposed to be civil about this, and she's made her mind up that she's not going to be civil, so I need to hire an attorney. We were agreeing on things, we were working things out, we were trying to be civil with each other, trying to just move forward and get this behind us, and she does not want to be civil, she doesn't want to agree on anything, so I need to hire an attorney and go there. All right, she's proposed a decree of divorce today. Obviously, Sean, you haven't signed it. In fact, she hasn't either. Yes, and a lot of the information in her documents that I was served in Missouri at my job are incorrect. All right. I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with the full custody. I don't agree with her taking my house and everything else, and I don't agree with the child support. She's falsified my income because my income was based on a shutdown.
Your pay stubs.
My income was based on a shutdown, which I was working 70, 80, 90 hours a week. That is not my general income. My general income is $32 an hour at 40 hours a week. That's what I'm contracted for. So she's basing my income off of my extensive work, 90 plus hours a week. And that's not fair to me.
The pay stubs that you sent
I'll
me.
eventually sort that out. Yes, sir. All right. What I'm going to suggest to each of the parties is that you get your own independent legal counsel to represent you in this. I'm going to set a review date next month where I will expect that you, if you're representing yourself, will appear on this Zoom meeting, and I'll expect you with your attorney if you decide to employ legal counsel, which I would highly suggest that both of you do. Yes, sir. Advice. Then we'll check the status of the case at this next hearing. Maybe through some miracle, you might even be settled on everything by then. If so, we'll go forward with a final hearing. But I'm going to ask my assistant to suggest a date at least 30 days down the line. Too much further than that. So that would put us in mid-November. Can I make a request? What would that request be? I would actually like to sit in a courtroom and not do it over Zoom, if that's at all possible.
You have
It's possible. If we have a contested hearing at some point, I'll consider that. But at this status review, I think it would be much more efficient to handle it by Zoom. So that's the way we'll do it. Yes, sir. I understand your request, though, Mr. Warren says. Mandy?
November 18th at 4 p.m.
November 18, 4 o'clock p.m.? Yes. All right. We will conduct another Zoom hearing at that time. Mandy, can we just use the same numbers that we used today? She says yes. So it'll be the same Zoom numbers? Yes, sir. November 18th at 4. And again, I highly suggest that both of you get legal counsel and have an attorney on that meeting with you so that we can ascertain exactly where we are on the issues of this case and do appropriate further scheduling, perhaps even establish a trial date if necessary.
Yes, sir. And I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Can I make a request for a no contact for continuing harassment and stalking? And I have submitted the evidence to Mandy. He's taking pictures of cars in my driveway, and he is sending me YouTube videos about being on a hit list and not being found and other things.
No, that's a lie. Totally inappropriate if that's happening. That's a lie.
I submitted the evidence to Mandy. She has the screenshots of the text messages.
When did I ever say anything about? Okay, never mind. I'm not.
I don't know what you tried to submit. I haven't seen it.
I sent it through email. I can bring it into the courthouse today if need be. But the last time we spoke, you said everything was supposed to be through text messages, and I have the text messages from him. I'm continuing to be harassed. And he's sending me pictures of cars parked in front of my house. And he doesn't contact me just about the children like you requested.
And neither do you.
Ms. Watkins, you are requesting DNA testing in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
You're the mother of Gracie Terrio?
Yes, ma'am.
What is her date of birth?
12/8/15.
And you and Mr. Terrio sign an acknowledgement of paternity on or around her birthday?
We did.
What is the reason you're requesting DNA tests in this case?
So the main reason is because I don't think it's right for him to ask or even be able to keep my daughter from me like he has been. I haven't seen my daughter in a while. Sorry, I haven't seen my daughter in a while. And I just don't think it's right for him to be able to ask for really anything he's asking for when he could potentially not even be the father.
But in regard...
Hello?
That's diabolical. You ain't care about him being a father until he got custody of the kid. And now all of a sudden, he ain't the father and you need a DNA test. It's an evil world we living in. What he said?
I think she's frozen right now. Just be patient.
You guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Watkins, why do you feel that there's a need for DNA testing at this time?
I just want to be sure that the man that is going to be keeping my daughter, because he's asking for sole custody, I just want to be sure that he is the father, because I do have doubts.
And what are your doubts?
I'm pretty sure he's not the father.
Why do you feel he's not the father?
Because we were together for 3 years before I got pregnant. And we never had even a pregnancy scare.
We live in
I ended up sleeping with another man, and then right after that I got pregnant.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
The state calls Mr. Justin Terrio. Please state your full name.
Justin Matthew Terrio.
And Mr. Terrio, you are the father of Gracie Joe Terrio?
Yes, ma'am.
And you heard Ms. Watkins' testimony. Do you object to a DNA test?
No, ma'am. There's no doubt in my mind my daughter's mine.
Do you object to the DNA test?
No, ma'am. I
look old as shit compared to her, man. I'll say that. You look old as shit compared to her.
do not. I'm fully willing to do a DNA test. I have 3 other ones that I got.
You said streaming to more than one YouTube channel is cringe as fuck.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that
I'm in a
my
good
oldest
mood.
daughter is
I'm gonna
mine.
let you ride tonight. I'm gonna let you keep on going.
Especially when the other 3 look almost identical to her.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, this is a 9-year-old, and so I'm very hesitant to order DNA because I'm supposed to look at the best interest of the child.
And I've heard no testimony about this, but I'm going to make an assumption here and then ask you all some questions. I'm assuming for 9 years of her life, she thought Mr. Terrio is her dad and calls him dad. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Does she know of any other man as dad?
No, ma'am.
I understand that you're looking at the best interest of the child, but at the same time, the best interest of the child is also being able to be with me at the same time as being with him if he wants to be the father.
Okay, but we're not using DNA as a method to do that, ma'am. I'm going to listen to testimony when we get to that issue and figure out the other best interest of the child. Right now, the only issue before me is whether or not I'm going to order a DNA for a 9-year-old. Doesn't mean I'm not going to order visitation, doesn't mean I'm not going to order other things. It just, right now, that's what's before me. Okay, so I'm going to deny the request for genetic testing.
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you all want to do with the rest of the case?
I mean, the judge got a good point. The pops, all that little girl know is that that's her father, and obviously the mother, something ain't right that she's living with the father right now. He got full custody, but now she don't want to pay child support, so she's want a DNA test. So that's diabolical right there. If you knew all this time that he wasn't the father, and not only did you let him for the last almost decade take care of this child, now he's doing it solely on his own, you need to just let it ride out, because you tearing that little girl apart if you take away the only full-time parent that she know.
Ms. Watkins, are you ready to proceed today?
Yes.
Okay, nobody needs time to consult with a lawyer.
No.
I guess you could start. Is this a custody battle, though?
Your Honor, I believe there's some custody issues in this case.
Okay, I might or might not stay with me, so I'll let you begin, and it might have to be referred, depending on what's going on.
Yes, Your Honor. State calls Mr. Justin Terrio. Mr. Terrio, please state your full name.
Justin Matthew Terrio.
And Mr. Terrio, where does Gracie Terrio live?
My home address,
And what county is that?
Liberty County.
And how long has she been residing with you?
Since March of last year.
And what's the circumstances around why Gracie's currently residing with you?
Her mother's been going from hotel to hotel. She doesn't have a steady place to live. She has a job where she does more than a couple. Her and her boyfriend fight a lot, especially in front of the kids. I've had my daughter come home and tell me that her and her mommy threw a brick through the front window of their vehicle while they were in the vehicle. She's tried to smash out my window before while I was trying to take my daughter to visit her grandparents. She didn't want me to take her or what. She tried to break out the window with a log in that instant. She's had a couple of guys try to jump in my vehicle to stop me from leaving so she could get Gracie out of my vehicle. She showed up.
She just all jacked up. That's all it sound like. She just all jacked up. Or now she cutting on the fake tears and waterworks. She bigger than a motherfucker though. I see how. Damn, it's about to turn into an episode of My 600-Pound Life. But yeah, she's all types of fuckery with the kids there. It had to be crazy that the courts gave the kid to the father.
My house numerous times.
Mr. Your answer is a little long and rambly, so Mr. Money, I'm going to give you a chance to break some of this down so it makes a little more sense and I have time frames. Ms. Watkins, do you need a moment to compose yourself?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't want her here at my house because she showed up, tried to beat in my front door while I wasn't here during the birth of another child of mine. She showed up unannounced before and literally started problems in my driveway.
She had her whole face all that time, right, Monty? And ain't come up with one tear, but wanted us to all feel like she was in her shirt crying. Ain't come up with one tear, face clear as shit, man.
Way it caused problems with my parents. She's literally caused problems over nothing. If she would have talked to me or what, it would have been a different story. But she's literally going.
Is if I can ask, Mr. Terrio, is there a criminal case?
Not at this time, no, ma'am.
But police have been called.
Mr. Money, can we get Miss Watkins? It's not your chance to speak yet. I guess. Oh, you know what? We went straight from there to here, so this is good. Let's take a pause for a moment, and I'm going to go over some other housekeeping items. Generally, in court, we take testimony where one of you is asked questions by the AAG at a time. Unless if you're not the person being asked questions, unless you have a legal objection, please don't interrupt or answer for the other party. You're both going to be given a chance to be asked questions, and you're both going to be given a chance to speak. There is a risk in your case. I might pause this at some point and refer it to the district court, though, because the issue is involved. But please don't interrupt the other person or answer for them. But please listen closely to what's being asked and just answer the direct question. Ms. Maya, if you can get some time frames, because I've heard a lot of stuff in this case, but I have no idea. And this is a 9-year-old. I don't know if we're talking about incidents from 9 years ago, 5 years ago, last month. I'm not sure what the time frames are.
Yes, sir.
This has all been within the last 4 years.
What you said police have been called, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
February 3rd, 2021. I was at the hospital, just had my son, and I had left my daughter and my other kids at the house with my mother. I get a phone call from my mother stating that Courtney Watkins and her boyfriend, and I'm guessing a relative of theirs, had showed up and were beating on my door and attempted to open the door with a pry bar.
And where was Gracie in 2021? Was she residing with Miss Watkins?
No, ma'am. At the time, we were sharing custody, but at the time of that incident, she was with me, and I denied her seeing her because she was in the process of a CPS deal where she had also been tested positive for assortment of drugs.
Is CPS involved with Gracie? Is there any CPS involvement?
Not at this time, ma'am. They didn't involve her in the case that I don't know if it's active or not. With Courtney, she had an active case with her other.
And so is you testified earlier that Gracie came to live with you in March of 2023. Has there been police involvement since that time?
No, ma'am, and it was actually March of 2022.
He seems to think that I just need his money, but for me, it was never even that. For me, it's just I can't ever ask for help with anything without having to hear the put downs, the just poking at me, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, like all that stuff. So it's not even so much that I need his help, I need the child support. It's more of like I want like a routine for my son since it's so inconsistent. And I just want him to leave me alone, like with all the harassing, all the like, don't text me unless it has to do with my son, which is why I requested for us to talk through that app only so that the judge can see what I have to deal with. He's already texting me upset about court. Once the court started, he was already texting me. And I'm tired of it. That's the thing. It's not even about the child support. It's just, I can't do it anymore.
Thank you. No further questions for this part, Your Honor. At this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call the father here in this matter. Sir, can I get you to state your name for the record?
Kevin Munoz.
And Mr. Munoz, did you hear what I previously read into the record that was agreed to by the parties?
Yes, that lady was being rude, and I didn't agree and disagree to most of the stuff you said. So I don't know how she may agreed for myself or something. And I was trying to tell her, but I want a DNA test.
Mr. Munoz, stop.
I wanted a DNA test.
Stop. We're not going to let you just do a whole narration of what you want to do. Mr. Tatum's asking you questions. Answer the questions as we go.
And sorry, just to confirm, I'm sorry, Your Honor, may I proceed?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. And just to confirm, sir, as it relates to this child, you previously signed an acknowledgement of paternity providing that you are the child's father. Is that correct?
Well, I wanted to get a DNA test.
Answer the question.
Yes.
Right. And is it your understanding that the child is currently receiving insurance through the state?
Yes.
And as it relates to the issue of conservatorship, are you in agreement for you and the mother to be named as joint managing conservators?
Yes.
And are you in agreement to having a standard possession order as it relates to the visitation with the child?
Boy, zesty as shit.
Yes.
And you have one additional child outside of this case, is that correct?
Yes.
And you are currently unemployed, is that correct?
Yes.
And you do not want to be placed into the Choices program to assist you with looking for employment?
No.
And could you explain to the court why you don't want to receive assistance with looking for work?
Oh, I have another place that I get work from. They just the job ended, so we're gonna start out pretty soon somewhere else. I'm not sure when.
When was the last time you worked, sir?
The last
Get your
time I worked
goddamn
was
hand off
last
your neck.
Tuesday or
And
last
when did
Friday. Last Friday.
And when did the job end, sir?
Last Friday.
And how much were you paid for that job?
I think it was an hour.
So you worked 1 hour?
Do you need like the hourly rate or the daily rate?
I'm asking, sir, how were you
You
paid?
said
Were
you
paid
worked 1
hourly? Were you
hour?
paid
Hourly,
daily?
yes, hourly.
And how much were you paid per hour?
$16.50. I need a DNA test.
You just picked him up this morning. How can he looks
Stop,
just like
stop.
you?
We're not in the school. This is a court.
We had a.
And
You
as it
agree with the
relates,
child support was the question, Mr. Munoz, not do you want a DNA test? I never heard anybody ask about DNA tests.
No, I don't agree to it.
all right, thank you, sir. And as it relates to the communication, are you in agreement to communicate with the mother only through app close?
Yes.
And do you agree to pay the court costs associated with today's hearing?
No.
I knew he was
Can you
going to
explain to
say
the court
that.
why you don't agree to the court costs that will be billed today?
Because I need a DNA test.
All right. Is there any specific reason why you haven't had a DNA test prior to today, sir?
Yes,
I ain't have to pay child support.
currently had we had a child as well before this one, and she turned out not to be mine after we broke up. So I want a DNA test. She had
So the
them
question
test.
was,
She had
for
them
there any
tested.
specific reason?
So yes, there's a specific reason. Yes.
What was the reason why you have not taken any action to have the child tested prior to today, sir?
I didn't know I was going through court. I didn't know none of this. I take care of my kid. I have him all the time with me as well. So I didn't know I was going through court. I was put on child support because I take care of mine.
No further questions from this party, Your Honor.
Thank
All
you.
right. I mean, I'm not granting your DNA test request. The child's 9 years old. You signed acknowledged paternity 9 years ago, saying that you're admitting you're the biological father, that you did not want DNA testing, and that was a legal finding that you were the biological father. If something was to happen, if you want a DNA test, you should have done that 9 years ago, not when they're putting you on child support. So you have a legal responsibility to take care of this child, and that's the way it's going to be, even if you don't like it.
Well, we had a previous child before,
I'm not
and
asking
she
you
turned
any
out not to
questions.
be mine.
I'm not asking you any questions. I don't know why you don't understand. Court doesn't work where you just get to control it. I control it. This is my court. We're gonna follow rules, and we're gonna go in this particular order. And you may not like the decisions, but that's the way it is. All right. So y'all reported there's been no family violence. Y'all agreed to joint managing conservatorship of this child, standard visitation. Government medical is the only insurance you have available for this child. Medical support is $94 a month. No back child support is being requested, so nothing's owed for the past. Obviously, y'all can't communicate. Mr. Munoz, you have a really bad problem with communicating.
Are you willing to put that bond amount towards your child support rearranges?
Absolutely.
He needs to pay more than
That boy in jail, and she's still on his neck. Let's see this one out. That last one was crazy. He wait till he got to pay child support. Now he want to question the child, but I think he was just doing that to stall. He's trying to stall instead of paying his responsibilities. Now let's get into this next one.
$100.
Okay, hold on a second. Ms. Bridges, we're taking testimony from Mr. Wagner, not from you at this time. You'll have an opportunity to speak after that, so please don't interrupt.
Okay. All right. Ms. Wills testified that you're being held on other criminal charges in the jail. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a hearing date or a release date for those other charges?
I have a release date on the 8th.
On April 8th?
Yes, sir.
You're expected to be released?
Yes.
Okay. Prior to February 16th of 2023, were you employed?
No.
Lie.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Just hold on. Ms. Bridges, was I unclear about not speaking or interrupting? Ma'am?
So what? Y'all can shake a piece of in hand and say congratulations.
Hey, ma'am, if you go off like that, you can be held in contempt of court and go to jail. Do you want to do that?
Just proceed to the court hearing and shut up.
Ma'am?
Saying shut.
Yo, she's crazy as hell to talk like that to the judge, but she got more heart than a lot of people.
Up to the judge is insane.
One more outburst or one more vulgarity and you will be going to jail. You understand?
Good luck.
What, ma'am?
Crazy.
I said good luck. Finish court.
Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
How are you supporting yourself prior to February 16th of 2023?
Odds and end jobs. Like I said, I've been unemployed. Just this and that when I could buy.
All right. When was the last time you were employed?
Before fall.
Before fall of 2022?
Yes.
And what were you doing then?
I was working subcontracting to a construction company and I was terminated.
Okay.
I had not had time to be placed on payroll before I was terminated.
Okay. And so you've been homeless since that time?
On and off, yes.
Where do you stay mostly?
I was staying with my parents, but because of the ongoing charges, I have a no contact order with them.
Okay. Do you struggle with substance abuse?
No. I have in the past, but not currently.
Okay.
I already know why his non-payment of child support is. Why he's had a job the whole time working for Larson's Construction, making $26 an hour underneath the table for months now.
Okay, ma'am, this is your time to ask him. This is your time to ask him questions, not for you to give a statement at this point. So if you have any questions for him, ask those.
Okay, Derek, seeing you had money to buy alcohol, why were you not paying your child support?
I was terminated because you had contacted FOC before I had a chance to be placed on payroll, so I was terminated.
That's not my fault. You know you're supposed to pay child support. Pay your shit. Be a man.
Oh, shit.
Instead of a bum drunk.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Sackrider? You're muted.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay.
Shit.
Court will make the following finding this matter. In this case, Mr. Wayne.
She can't even fucking hold her composure. She went in. She said, "You drinking up the child support."
Wagner has a minimal support obligation of $148.50 per month, including his arrearage repayment in this matter. That, in fact, over the last year, he has, as he stated, he's worked approximately 2.5 months during that time, making $200 per week. On each of those weeks that he acknowledges that he simply failed to pay, and there's no excuse for not doing so. In addition to that, he did have odd jobs. He stated that he has been hindered somewhat because he has not had an ID or a birth certificate, etc., to acquire employment, but he has not stated any effort he's made to acquire that. Likewise with the GED, other than that he's had no money to do that. The court will find that he has had the present and the ability to pay, that he's failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sacre?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client testified that he will be on probation upon his release and his other criminal matters, and he will be looking for employment to satisfy this obligation. We would ask that any jail sentence be 31 days or less, with credit for 7 days already served in this matter. We would request a purge amount in the amount of $400. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Well, in this matter, Mr. Wagner, I could sentence you up to 45 days. I'm not going to do that only because it is your first time that you would have any jail time, even though you did have a prior contempt. There was no jail time at that point. What I'm going to do is I am going to sentence you to 21 days in jail with credit for 7 days served.
Real quick.
And I'm going to put a purge amount in place of the amount of $500. If you're able to pay the purge amount, then you would not have to serve the balance of your jail sentence.
That's bullshit. You guys shake his hand and tell him congratulations.
Ma'am, the case is done. We don't hear anything else from you.
Bye.
Hold on, ma'am. The court is going to hold Miss Bridges in contempt of court.
Hey, yo, she shout the hell out. She said F you and bye. Let's see how the judge going to react to that.
Based upon the last outburst and the last vulgarity. Miss Wills, do you have Miss Bridges' phone number? Can you contact her and get her back?
Yes. Let me just go ahead. If you allow me, would you like me to go off record while I call her right now to get her back on the Zoom?
No, go ahead. We'll just hold on and put her on.
Okay. All right.
Lovin' don't know what he doing with himself. He look nervous as hell. Don't say he don't look like McNugget. What show is that? Pineapple Express? Pineapple Express?
Hi, Miss Bridges. This is your enforcement officer. Judge Kirkham was wondering if you could please log back on to Zoom to speak with him. If you could please log back on, Judge was requesting that. Okay, just log right back onto the Zoom room and they'll let you in. She hung up on me, so I'm unsure if she will log back in or not.
Let me see. This may be
respect.
Okay. Yes, that's her.
Miss Bridges, I had warned you multiple times about your outbursts and the vulgarity, and apparently that did not.
What's up? Hey, shout out, man. You came on right when I'm about to go off. But I've been waiting for you to come up, man. How have you been,
Have any impact? What the court is going to do based upon the last outburst, ma'am, the court, is she muted? Are you muted, ma'am? You can unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
You don't want to listen to anything I say. You just want to shake this motherfucker's hand and tell him congratulations. Let's be
ma'am, this is holding you in contempt of court. I'm sentencing you to 3 days in jail, ma'am. You will be sentenced as a minimal support obligation of $148.50 per month, including his
I had to bring it back. I had to bring it back, man.
In this matter, that in fact, over the last year, he has, as he stated, he's worked approximately 2.5 months during that time, making $200 per week. On each of those weeks, that he acknowledges that he simply failed to pay, and there's no excuse for not doing so. In addition to that, he did have odd jobs. He stated that he has been hindered somewhat because he has not had.
I feel like my weekend just flew by. I don't even really remember what I did. I didn't even make it to the barbershop. All I remember doing is karate and studying yesterday.
An ID or a birth certificate, etc., to acquire employment, but he has not stated any effort he's made to acquire that. Likewise with the GED, other than that he's had no money to do that. The court will find that he has had the present and the ability to pay, that he's failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sacre?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client testified that he will be on probation upon his release and his other criminal matters, and he will be looking for employment to satisfy this obligation. We would ask that any jail sentence be 31 days or less, with credit for 7 days already served in this matter. We would request a purge amount in the amount of $400. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Well, in this matter, Mr. Wagner, I could sentence you up to 45 days. I'm not going to do that only because it is your first time that you would have any jail time, even though you did have a prior contempt. There was no jail time at that point. What I'm going to do is I am going to sentence you to 21 days in jail with credit for 7 days served. And I'm going to put a purge amount in place of the amount of $500. If you're able to pay the purge amount, then you would not have to serve the balance of your jail sentence.
That's bullshit. You guys shake his hand and tell him congratulations.
Ma'am, the case is done. We don't hear anything else from you.
Bye.
Hold on, ma'am. The court is going to hold Ms. Bridges in contempt of court based upon the last outburst and the last vulgarity. Ms. Wills, do you have Ms. Bridges' phone number?
Not only I gotta be working 7 hours, I ain't even do shit to my uniform. So before I go to bed, I'ma shower, throw my uniform in on a quick wash. I'm just gonna pack my shoe sign shit to do that at work. And then so I gotta be to work at 7. That means I gotta leave my house at like 6 to get there on time. Yeah, that's why I said I'm about to get up for it so I can shower, throw my uniform on there, quick wash, and then by the time I get out the shower, run and the wash should be over, and then I could throw it in the dryer. By the time I wake up, it'll be dry.
You contact her and get her back?
It's Monday too.
Yes.
Hopefully it's a slow
Let me just go ahead. If you allow me, would you like me to go off record while I call her right now to get her back on the Zoom?
No, go ahead. We'll just hold on and put her on.
Okay. All right.
Yo, I'll be going through other people's streams I'm on live to see what the hell they're doing. Dude got like some shit. He is fat, but he like fat jokes to be banned.
Hi, Miss Bridges. This is your enforcement officer. Judge Kirkham was wondering if you could please log back onto Zoom to speak with him. If you could please log back on, Judge was requesting that. Okay, just log right back onto the Zoom room and they'll let you in. She hung up on me. So I'm unsure if she will log back in or not.
Let me see. This may be her.
Okay. Yes, that's her.
Ms. Bridges, I had warned you multiple times about your outbursts and the vulgarity,
yeah, I'm gonna come on
and
tomorrow,
apparently that did not have any impact. What the court is going to do, based upon the last,
I got a list
based
of
upon the
court
last
cases to go
outburst,
through.
ma'am, the court, is she muted? Are you muted, ma'am? You can unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
You don't want to listen to anything I say. You just want to shake this motherfucker's hand and tell him congratulations.
Ma'am, this is holding you in contempt of court. I'm sentencing you to 3 days in jail, ma'am. You will be sentenced to 3 days in jail. You will have to appear no later than 4:00 p.m. to serve her 3 days in jail. If she fails to appear, the court will enter a bench warrant for her arrest at that point.
I'm not going to disrupt that adoption because
That's the original, but yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. I got karate with my son tomorrow. Tomorrow, parents is coaches, so I'll be out there on the mats with him. I ain't do it the last 2 months. I talked to his mother into doing it. I might talk her into doing it tomorrow, but I'll do it because I ain't do it with him. I think the last 2 times I ain't do it. I let her take him. Yeah. I let him take them. Then the other time when they was doing it, his grandma, my mom, she was here, so he wound up not going to karate that day. He wasn't feeling well, but I'm gonna go do it with him, see what my money is looking like. Because at first, I mean, it's almost a year. He been in 11 months, and he got pretty good at it. He loves it. But when I first put him in it, I felt like I was getting robbed, man. The first about 2 months, he was doing terrible. Then he was doing decent. I can't say terrible. He was doing decent. But then he threw that joint in hyperdrive. It's like it all just started coming together. He's pretty good at it now. First off, Logan, I don't know who the fuck you talking to like that. Second of all, pussy, I ain't blocking nobody. But you better watch your mouth. You heard? Logan Walker. I'm gonna do a show that's just gonna be all about the smoke. Where I let anybody come up and you can speak your piece and be as tough as you want to talk on that joint. Because I don't even really block comments unless you're talking real crazy. But Logan, appreciate you coming by and telling me you be searching for my channel. Sound like a fan, more like a fan than a hater. Vancouver? Did he say Vancouver? Like Canada? Ain't nobody scared of Canada, bro. Let's just talk. Y'all leave y'all doors wide open, man. Anybody could just walk into y'all. They did documentaries how you could just walk inside of anybody's house in Canada, bro. Nobody's scared of goddamn Vancouver. I grew up in the South Bronx, man. Scared of no damn Vancouver. I thought you was gonna say something. Vancouver. Who the fuck is scared of Vancouver? Vancouver not scared of Vancouver. That boy said, don't ever step foot in Vancouver. Now I'm about to plan a trip to Vancouver because I ain't scared of Vancouver. I don't even know what is it to even do in Vancouver. He said it tough. You don't even sound tough saying, don't you ever step foot in Vancouver, buddy. I'm going to put that on the screen so I can laugh at it later and watch the replay at work or something. Don't you ever step foot in Vancouver, buddy. Step foot and watch what happened, pal. You can't sound tough saying pal at the end of your sentence. Like, I was watching this dude, right? I like his show. It's Lucas something, right? He a YouTuber, but he do the disagreement show where he do it like once, maybe I think 2-3 times a week, where he goes up there and he let you call in and you can just talk your shit, you know? And I think I'm gonna do that. I was looking in a Discord, starting the Discord. I think I started it. I just gotta touch it up. But I'm gonna do it. Once I do it, I'll put it out to the boys, and then y'all could call in on the Discord, and I'll let you talk your talk. As long as you ain't disrespecting like people like crazy, then I'll let you rock out. As long as you know me and you could go at it, battle it out. You will become a campfire story. Come on, bro. You keep like anytime I think I might be scared of you, you say little shit like that, like campfire story. Who the fuck is a campfire story? Who's scared of a campfire? Oh, once way back yonder, it was 3 girls sitting in a house and poof. Like, shut the fuck up, man. That ain't even scary. Yeah, he's sitting behind the screen all day. I like trolls though, cause they keep the conversation going, you know? Let me ask my bot what is a troll, because then it'll probably describe Logan Walker. You got your whole name out there. You better stop talking crazy. You got your whole government on here. Let me get it on here to make it say. You want to ask my bot something, you gotta type @Mo and then ask the question. Let's see what do the bot answer. It is gonna annoy me. I forgot. It ain't gonna answer to me. I forgot. It ain't gonna answer me. Somebody else gotta answer the question. It's gonna annoy anything coming from me. Daggone dog is playing with this toy. I thought it was snoring, but I forgot my daughter done bought him this damn toy. That fucking honking shit is like a little pig. Well, why people from New York soft? We soft, man. It ain't answering you either. Somebody join online, man. I don't know if he online. Or maybe he just deciphering the bullshit. And I let everybody, even people that ain't strong, I'm gonna log off of it and log back in and see. Logan, you probably not even from Vancouver, man. You can't be from Vancouver. The good thing is you in my log now, so I know that you was on my channel before. You stop. I ain't gotta watch nothing. You gotta watch nothing. You watching me. I watch my mouth. You watching me. You know what I mean? You watching me. I got shit for you all day. You said watch my mouth. That's how I feel about watching my mouth. No, man. Disconnect. Logan, you a sweetheart, though. I'm glad you tuned in. You a sweetheart. Play hockey. I don't even know which camera I'm on, so I'm gonna look at all three. I ain't want to play hockey. Vancouver, bro. I'm not worried about you, man. All I could think of is Trailer Park Boys, and I don't even think they was from Vancouver. I think they was from a tougher part than Vancouver. You probably look like Bubbles off of Trailer Park Boys. I mean, you ever seen Trailer Park Boys? Any of y'all ever seen Trailer Park Boys and know how Bubbles look? I actually think Trailer Park Boys is a good show. I like Trailer Park Boys. That was a good show. Trailer Park Boys was a great show. I'm gonna have to look up Trailer Park Boys so I can show y'all what I'm talking about, man. I mean, gripping the sheets. Now you done turned this into some other shit. Like, I don't want no parts of that, bro. I am a heterosexual male. Only time I grip the sheets is when I got a woman in the bed with me. And I've been behaving. Ain't even been on my shit where I've been talking to multiple women. I don't be talking. I don't want no problems, you know? You dig? I don't want no problems. You understand, Bubbles? I don't want no problems, boy. But you talk about gripping the sheets. All I gotta say is, lucky my body ain't working, boy. I'm on to play with that shit. It might need an update. It's showing shit though. I just the fuck is going because it just showed your message, eh? Inside of the bot, it says. You talking crazy, eh? What you saying? Got 9 people over there on you right. I'm banned in Vancouver in the V. That's what I call that shit. The V. What the V stand for? Vagina. I'm banned in the vagina. That's what you saying? Banned in the V. That sound like the vagina. That boy is Bubbles, bro. I'm about to look up Bubbles so y'all can see what I'm talking about, man. Cause y'all acting like y'all don't know who Bubbles is. Let's Google that shit. Let me bring up Bubbles. Let me see. I'm on this screen. Let's go to the other screen where we could bring Bubbles up where you can see who Bubbles is, bro. Look, as soon as you say that shit, Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Let's go to images, bro. This is who your boy from Vancouver is. So I know flies on. We got to get him with the little helmet too, bro. You see this? This is who it is. This who's talking. Wait. My bad, y'all. I ain't have it showing on the vertical screen. I had it showing on the full screen. But this is Bubbles, bro. This is him. This is who's talking shit in the chat. You see this motherfucker? Bubbles. What the fuck I'm doing? This is him, bro. Bubbles, bro. You see this? This is what I think of when I think of Canada. Bubbles. And if you watch the show, he used to bust his gun in the show. Like, he wasn't no punk. I give him that, bro. Every episode they went to jail. But this is Bubbles, bro. This is Logan Walker. That's why he don't have his picture up there. Logan Walker told me it's a no-fly zone. You know what I mean? Yeah, Trailer Park Boys. That was a good show. Go check it out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good show. Nah, I don't know your resume. You unemployed. Why would I know your resume? You unemployed. You're not tough. You're unemployed. If being tough was a job, you unemployed, bro. Let it go. Go be a Jehovah's Witness or something. You live in Canada, bro. You live in Canada, bro. You got free healthcare for a reason, bro. Don't make me make you use it. This is him, bro. The little Trailer Park Boy.
Couple people now say, hey, why don't you get contacts there? 4 eyes and things they call me. I don't think that's very nice asking people if they should get contacts. I can see perfectly fine. Thank you very much. With my glasses just like this, I don't need contacts. I don't go emailing you, hey Amanda, why don't you go get a boob job? Get some big boobs put on. I don't say things like that to people. You know, so it's not nice.
That's your boy right there, man. That boy Logan, man. Them thick ass glasses on. Let's see, we got another. That's what I think of you, Logan.
What's your opinion on dogs? Well, I think you know my opinion on dogs. I think they're dirty, mangy, fucking stupid animals. I mean, I'm not mean to them. I'll pet them and stuff, but I got no interest in them. They're not very smart, and they don't clean themselves very well. Juanita Wells, if you were guaranteed a career out of the following, which one would you choose, and what would you call yourself? A NASA astronaut, an ice road trucker, or a WWF professional wrestler? Oh, that's tough. Ice road trucker I would eliminate immediately because I don't fucking like dangerous situations in trucks. I prefer to drive on roads that aren't covered in ice, so fuck that. Right out of the...
Toronto got one championship because Kalai got changed it and he ran. Y'all offered him free rent, free health care, free houses, free grocery. He still got the fuck out of Canada. That tells me all I need to know about Canada. They offer him everything free and he still wanted to get the hell out of there. Y'all got one championship. I mean, I can't talk. We got two. But still, y'all got one championship and I don't even think y'all worth a goddamn. We the second most fucking lucrative team in the NBA. And I own stocks in the Knicks. That's why I say we, because I actually own stocks in the Madison Square Garden group, in the Sphere, and in the network. I bought stocks and all that shit. I hopefully hit on something, but I paid the same price I would pay for tickets to go to the game. So it is what it is. Bubbles, don't act like that though, Bubbles. Look at Bubbles. This is how you live too. You probably live in a little goddamn in a shed like Bubbles too up there in Vancouver.
Swearing at in Bubble Shed. Take one, mark it. Is that good?
Perfect.
All right. Well, here we are. Trailer Park Boys Season 10. You guys are here with the cameras. This is the start of week 2. Last week got just completely fucked. Snoop Dogg just got everybody so fucking big we couldn't really accomplish much. So that's why there was no stuff. But now I've sort of got my faculties back. We're going to be on here giving you some updates and doing some things like that.
I know this shit copyright, so we ain't gonna keep watching it, but like you know the vibe, man. I like the show. I actually discovered this show when I was on deployment. Two of my homeboys used to always say little comments from the show. And when they used to say the comments from the show, I used to always try to figure out what they was talking about. And they showed me the show and I liked it since I came home. I kept watching it. It's actually a good show, man. I like it a lot. So if you got time, go check out Trailer Park Boys. It's a good, decent show. It's worth a watch. It's worth a taking a look into. Yeah, it's definitely worth taking a look into. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, talking shit. We gonna take it back to the Section 8 shit and the big beautiful bill showing for a little minute, and then we can they call it a night from there.
You ideas and help you do
uniform
it.
in
The people
the
crashing
wash
out over the big beautiful bill haven't even read the big beautiful bill. It's 870 pages. Did you read it? No. There's a certain group of people who just want to pick out pieces like the Medicaid part, talking about everybody deserves health care. Yeah, everybody does deserve health care. But Medicaid is not a universal program. This is in Canada. Universal health care is in Canada. You can go move there if you want universal health care. But in the United States, Medicaid was a government program for seniors and people who were disabled. Your whole family shouldn't be on Medicaid. Your whole family shouldn't be on Section 8. The free train, the free loading train, has come to an end. Read the big beautiful bill, all 870 pages, before you jump on here crying about what Trump's doing. You can get Medicaid if you're not disabled or if you're not a senior. You just have to have a work requirement. You can get EBT and SNAP benefits, but you can only get it for 2 years. You can get a Section 8 voucher for 2 years. Not you, your kid, your kid's kids, your grandma, your auntie. That's not what it is. That's why you're really mad. Tell the truth. Because we already know. Because all that free shit that you've been getting hasn't been free. Taxpayers have been paying for it. You know, the ones who work. The ones who have barely any food in their refrigerators while you guys do food hauls from Walmart talking about you got $3,000 in food stamps. You have to get a job now. Or if you want your whole family on Medicaid, go to Canada, because there's some really great things in the 870 pages of that big beautiful bill. So one of them is no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. So when you get your job and you work overtime, it won't be taxed like it is now. Do y'all know how much they tax overtime? Like 50%. That's gone away. All of the servers in the world who get like shit tips, you won't have to be taxed on them anymore. So maybe you'll bring home more money. I think that's a win. And for all of the people who are buying cars or have car loans that you probably don't want to pay back, there's not going to be any more tax on the interest from your car loan. So where is he's taking the Medicaid and he's making tax breaks for the rich people? Read it. The other thing is Medicaid is for people who need Medicaid. It's not for you losers who are sitting at home making bullshit TikToks and then being mad because you're not making any money on it. You're providing no value. So when you want to complain about Trump's big beautiful bill and literally get on social media crying about your Medicaid is gone, first of all, it hasn't even gone into effect, so stop lying. That's first of all. Second of all, if you're not a senior and you're not disabled, the big beautiful bill just tells you, as it relates to Medicaid, you got to work a certain amount of hours. The Section 8 that you generationally hand down to your whole family is over. You can't do that anymore, because there are American citizens who actually qualify for Medicaid and Section 8 and EBT and couldn't get it because you've been on it for 20 years. And for all of you people who are talking about, oh, what are we going to do? Well, you should be happy about the big beautiful bill, because now the illegal migrants can't get your shit. And maybe if the illegal migrants go back to their home, there'll be jobs for you to get, so you don't have to be at home begging for money, okay? So let me know down in the comments. Did you guys read the big beautiful bill? Have you read all 870 pages, or are you just saying what everybody else is saying? The same group of people talking about crying that your Medicaid is gone. Like well-bodied people, like strong people, not seniors, crying on this app because you don't get free shit anymore. Let me know down in the comments who's down for the big beautiful bill and who's making up shit and or not even reading it and have no idea what they're talking about. And don't get me started on alligator Alcatraz, because I'm gonna make a whole video about that too. But let me know down in the comments, Are you for the big beautiful bill, or are you one of the whiners and complainers? Did I miss something? Because I actually read it.
Hey my good cousins, as promised, I'm going to break down the big beautiful bill. I tell y'all all the time, I read so y'all don't have to. I know it's been a lot of numbers. Some people are confused. And you know, in the news they speak in terms sometimes that you just don't understand. So your good cousin gonna try to break it down. This video is gonna be 5 minutes, so I hope that I can hold your attention for that long. So let's get into it. So of course the big beautiful bill has passed, which means nearly 150 billion is going towards border security. And for anybody, we know we talk about border security, but what does that entail? So border security is supposed to protect us by land and air, keeping illegal immigrants out of the United States. It covers the U.S. border, Canada, Mexico, and also coastal waters in Florida all the way to Puerto Rico. They cover between, I think it's 5,525 miles of land and also air. 46.5 billion for the wall. Remember, build that wall, build that wall. And the president before Claudia said we're not building a wall, and Claudia said I'm not building a wall, bitch. You gonna pay for it. If you want it, you're gonna pay for it, and that's exactly what's happening. We are paying for it. 46.5 billion. Where's that money coming from? Your tax dollars, Bookie. 30 billion is going to go to ICE. ICE, you know, ICE. You just keep hearing about that over and over again. So what you're going to see is more ICE agents going out on the street, grabbing people out of their homes, from their jobs, rounding them up, taking them to detention centers, and sending them back to their respective countries. I did some digging about crime stats for American-born citizens and illegal immigrants. And of course, American citizens' crime rate is astronomically higher than an illegal immigrant. Typically, their only crime is being here illegally and not filing and doing the proper process and having the correct paperwork. All right, 17 billion people will lose their health care. Medicaid. That's what they're going to lose, Medicaid. When they talk about health care, every time they say health care, just think about Medicaid. 5 million in food assistance gone. And when we say food assistance, we're talking about the food pantries. We're also talking about the soup kitchens. We're talking about those supplemental assistance that people rely on, who may get SNAP benefits and they don't get enough, because y'all seem to be thinking, you know, you have this welfare queen picture in our head, and it's so crazy to me. You have some senior citizens get like $100 a month, $60 a month in SNAP benefits. So to supplement that, they have to go to the food pantries to get food, because it's either their food or their medication. This will affect children, seniors, and y'all good veterans. SNAP benefits. This is a new SNAP requirement. SNAP parents of children ages 7 to 17 must work 80 hours. I don't know if that's a month. That's what I'm assuming, because you can't work 80 hours in a week. In order to qualify for SNAP benefits. What I think we are losing the plot in the movie is some of these parents y'all think sitting at home eating Takis. Some of them are taking care of children with severe disabilities, autism, Asperger's, all type of intellectual disability,
put my
borderline
uniform in the
personality,
laundry
all type
so
of
I
mental
don't get
health
the
challenges.
base tomorrow. I'm
And
good.
these parents are home taking care of these kids that y'all wanted to be born.
All right. I let her ride out, and I'm gonna say my piece. But I feel some of the stuff she using bits of the truth to add in there. Like, I ain't a fan of all this shit, but she full of shit. And like I said, on this side, Matthew, you ain't gotta say yikes, bye. Like, that wasn't even me. That was the high from artificial, limited time satellite, and spending it with y'all. Okay. I don't know what that mean. But she using some of the truth to justify her point, but she very biased. Like when she said that when you can't compare the numbers of American citizens to people that came here illegally, for the simple fact it's way more people here than it's way more people that's citizens than illegal citizens. So of course you can't compare the two, because the numbers is true. We got over 400 million Americans. I'm gonna Google that shit, but let's hear her out while she tell her bullshit. Then we dissect it.
But now they got to get up and figure out how they're going to work. If it's a 2-parent household, one parent has to work and the other parent does not. But we know we have a lot of single parent households, and y'all just seem to think that it's minority people who are just single parents, but there are white women and white men who are single parents. Okay, this will not affect you if you're homeless. You don't have a home, but you could get food stamps. Where you gonna cook your food at? But okay. Some veterans, it will not affect pregnant women and people that are over the age of 64. And I want to go back to the parents of children ages 7 to 17.
350 million. I'm about to look at the population
because I'm in
now.
this generation. We have a lot of people that are taking care of their parents. Their grandmother with dementia who, living with them. We also talk about the nursing homes. So the nursing homes are closing as well.
The population of America in 2024 was 340.1
Alzheimer's, high blood
million.
pressure, diabetes. She can't even take care of herself, but my mom gonna watch the children while you go to work. But the good thing is tips are tax free. That's what that's something positive. Okay, education. So the Graduate Plus loans are gone. It's capped at $100,000. So when you get your undergrad degree, you can take out so much of loans. You get your graduate degree, you can take out. There's an amount that you can take out in loans, but it's capped at $100K. Well, we know that's gonna affect people that are in medical school.
Most people ain't becoming doctors, but she's saying it like if most of the world is becoming doctors, they getting bullshit ass degrees and they going in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for a goddamn degree that they only gonna make $40,000 a year. Like college is a goddamn scam. Most people do not work in the field that they got their degrees in.
For doctors, if your parents are not the Rockefellers.
The only reason I work in the field that I got my degree because I got it while I was working.
For you to go to medical school, that's not happening. Also, the loan forgiveness program, you would have to pay into that program between 20 and 25 years before they consider forgiving your loans. Now it's 30 years.
Don't take out a damn loan. That's like a mortgage. You got to do 25 years. Don't take out a damn loan.
I want to go back to these rural hospitals because some rural hospitals in Louisiana have already started to close. I think Louisiana and Arkansas were affected the most by this. Their hospitals have already started closing. Like I said, I don't know how y'all think these doctors get nurses and
see, that's the shit right there because the bill just got passed on the 4th of July. The president signed it into law, right? It don't come in effect until next year in 2026. And I ain't mistaken, it's like the end of 2026. So she full of shit with that, but okay, let's hear her out.
And all these people getting paid. They get paid through Medicaid. Your private insurance, y'all who have private insurance, I have private insurance. That shit don't cover that. And then also I think people don't understand.
And what is that? What? Medicaid, most people are not on Medicaid. Well, Medicaid, what private insurance is going to cover, all of them, all insurance is going to cover pretty much the same thing. They might say no to certain procedures and shit, but don't say like Medicaid could cover some shit and that don't. Some shit like they charge ridiculous amount for healthcare. Let's talk about that. People go to the emergency room, get some peroxide and Band-Aid and they charge them $400. Now that's ridiculous. That's the shit that need to be reformed.
So when you have private insurance and you're in the hospital, sometimes you can qualify for Medicaid temporarily to supplement some of the things that your healthcare does not pay for. So you got all these people sitting high on the hall talking about some old private insurance, but some of you hoes was using Medicaid to supplement what your insurance wasn't paying. Baby, the trap just keep on trapping. May the odds forever be in your favor.
I'm so happy that Section 8 changing the requirement. Now you can only be on there.
Yeah, so she said, first off, I don't trust nobody that said I'm a read so you don't have to. That mean they only gonna tell you what they want you to know. You get what I'm saying? And she ain't read shit. She probably compiled a bunch of fucking TikTok videos, went to the Dollar Tree, which is one of my favorite stores, and wrote some bullshit on a little screen and then found some other motherfuckers that can't read. You said you just slapped your... Whoa, that's wrong. You tripping. You just slapped your wife and sent her to bed because she said that I'm handsome? I don't believe that. I hope you didn't do that. We don't condone domestic violence. You know, we don't condone domestic violence, man. But don't slap your wife and send her to bed. I mean, you shouldn't even be typing comments. You shouldn't have slapped her. This is what you should have did. You should have went to bed with her, right? And make love to her. She would have gave you the best that you had in a long time or you ever had. I'm telling you. Just know she thinking about me the whole time, but still. But you don't put no hands on her. You lost your mind, man. I know you full of shit. You just joking. I'm just joking too. No disrespect to you and your wife and y'all married, you know. But Old Testament lifestyle, you better get to the New Testament because you're gonna be in the old jail, the same old jail you putting your hands on them women. You better cut it out. Old Testament used to do some wild stuff. They were stoning women back in the day. You stone people. You cheat, you got the Scarlet Letter. I was just thinking about that book today when I was cutting the grass, the Scarlet Letter. But you crazy, man. I be talking my mess, but I they be that stoned you in the old time. I wouldn't have made it back in the day, boy. With my mouth and the way I act, I wouldn't have made it. I'd have been at the pearly gates quick.
2 years and thank the freaking Lord. Cause it be so many cases where folks dead ass be on that thing for years. It be to the point they children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren be on their freaking leave. That's why the waiting list always be so freaking long. Now, a lot of laws I don't agree with, but that's here nor there. But that one, yes, I definitely agree. Give other people a chance. So now you got 2 years to rack your stuff up, unless you disabled. If you disabled, this don't apply to you. And I feel that's gonna drop sooner or later too. But hey, that's here nor there. But they actually doing something that's making sense. I said what I said. I bet y'all start getting y'all lazy asses up now.
I'm fucking pissed the fuck off. They cut my motherfucking food stamps to $85 fucking dollars from $738. How the fuck that's supposed to support a household of 3? For a job that barely even support my basic needs now. Like, inflation is high and the bitch groceries is high as shit. I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm mad as shit because how the fuck am I supposed to survive off that shit? So when y'all see me in the motherfucking store stealing stuff and that shit in my motherfucking bed, nicely act like you don't.
Security! Security! Get her ass. Security right here. Get her. Because you ain't going to make the price of my groceries go up because you keep stealing. Security! I'm going to be laughing at you when they got your ass in that little booth in Walmart.
See shit and mind your motherfucking business because this shit is going in my motherfucking bag and I'm walking out this motherfucking store with my motherfucking chest up and my head held high and I dare you to try to tell me, hey ma'am, excuse me, because I'm gonna look at you like you fucking retarded and say go talk to Trump about that shit. On my kids, anybody that motherfucking voted for him, girl, fuck you or him. Fuck y'all, because y'all the stupidest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
Crazy shit is Kamala was locking up single mothers too. So both of them would have locked your dumb ass up. Stealing. No matter who the president is, stealing. You think Trump was smart enough to write 900 and something pages? You crazy as hell. You dumb as hell. Fuck crazy as hell. You crazy as dumb as hell. You thought Trump wrote that big beautiful bill. He ain't write shit. He just signed off on that shit and thought it'd make him look good, you know? Y'all better start falling for the cap.
And then the least of your worries is gonna be that $85 in food stamps because you're
retarded and say go talk to Trump about that shit. On my kids, anybody that motherfucking voted for him, girl, fuck you or him. Fuck y'all, because y'all the stupidest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life.
And then the least of your worries is gonna be that $85 in food stamps because your ass gonna be in jail. Your kid's gonna be in foster care. And that car that you got gonna be repossessed. But that's okay. While you sitting in jail, you can say blame it on Trump. Baby, don't. The government is not required to take care of you and your fucking kids that you decided to have. Why do y'all have all these kids and then always get on the internet to blame the government as to why you can't afford life? Like, that was your fucking choice. As a mother, it's your responsibility to take care of your children. And if you knew by the first child that you didn't have a good enough job, you shouldn't have opened up your legs to have another child. You should have been working on getting a job that would make it your household more stable enough for you to afford having another child. But y'all don't think about that shit. Y'all lay down and pop out these babies and then make excuses for why you can't get a better have a better living or have a better job. You just want the government to pay your way, like the government told you to lay down and have kids that you couldn't afford. Where's the accountability? And where's the baby father? Having all these kids, but where's the father? How can you blame nobody but yourself as to why you're in the predicament that you're in? I used to be on food stamps. I know that food stamps is calculated by how much you get paid and how much you pay in rent and other expenses like how many children you have. That's why you have parents out there that are receiving $800 to thousands of dollars in food stamps. But you're getting on the internet to play victim because you're most likely living outside of your means and not being responsible with your money.
Okay,
He said he didn't believe
like
you get more than
for
$30.
time on.
And it's people like her is the reason why you got the big beautiful bill that's taken away, because these jackasses be doing all these frauds and then get on TikTok and other social media platforms to tell other people how to defraud the government and how to defraud the taxpayers. So let's hear her story time out again on how she's an idiot.
How I owe them $35,000 now. Okay, so I live by myself. I'm single. I don't have any kids. So I've been applying for food stamps like 2 or 3 years ago. I lied on my food stamp case and I told them I was homeless, and I told them that I didn't have anything. I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. Blase, blase. And I told them that I wasn't working, so when I first started getting my food stamps, I started getting like $400 a month just for myself. So I'm just thinking everything cool, you know, like, okay, I'm getting my food stamps. Nothing happened, you know. So I decided to come on TikTok and tell people, like, if you're trying to get food stamps, you can lie to them.
You see? She already was committing a crime. Instead of keeping it to herself, she decided to get on TikTok and tell the world that she's stealing. Because that's what it is. Essentially, she's stealing. So she decided to come on TikTok and tell the world that she's stealing, right? Like an idiot telling on herself, right? And she young. Do she look like anything wrong with her? She look willing. She look able, right? All the things that they saying that you need to be able to do and only work part-time. Not even like they crying over 80 hours a month. That's 20 hours a week. Part-time. That's part-time. That's 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. But you don't have to actually work a whole job. You could go to school. You could volunteer. Just you can't sit on your ass. That's all. You just can't sit on your ass. You can volunteer, you can go to school, you can work a job and get some money and add to what you already getting. You just can't sit home and not do a fucking thing if you are not willing, because we know you're not willing. If you are able body. Now, if you got a disability, or you got a kid with a disability, or you're elderly, or you're a disabled veteran or whatever, then hey, this don't apply to you. But all of you young, able bodies can get up off your hindside, and be productive. But let's listen to her and her stupidity.
And you know, nothing will happen. So that was a very bad mistake that I made, lying to them. And I really don't give a fuck what y'all saying, because a lot of people saying you have lashes on, why you need food stamps. I don't care. If it's free, I want it. Baby, food is way expensive. And if I go in Walmart with $100, I'm really not going to leave out with nothing. Who want to keep spending money on food? Like, it's just too.
Do she look like she missing a meal? Do she look like she missing a meal? She is not missing a meal, bro. She is not missing a meal. She is eating very well. She tatted up, eyelashes, $300 hairstyle, probably spend another $100 to $200 because I found out they spent like $200-$300 for lashes. That is ridiculous. But let's hear her tell on herself some more. Let's hear her this self-incrimination.
Too much. So when this was, they picked me up yesterday, but day before yesterday, I got a call and they was like, "Hello, is this such and such?" And I'm like, "Yes. Hello. What's going on?" They say, "Well, this is the people that's like, you know, over the food stamp office or whatever." And they was like, "We have a report that you have been putting false information on your application to get food stamps, and that you're not homeless, and that you do have a job." So I'm like, "Okay, who did you get this information from?" So it was like, "Well, we cannot disclose any information about who we got it from, but we have facts that you have been lying, and you have to pay all of that back, and your balance is $35,000. And they also told me that they was filing charges on me.
As
so I'm
should.
like, what the hell? Because at this point, I'm really thinking like they just playing, or somebody just playing on my phone, y'all. But yesterday, when I made the video and posted on TikTok, like 15 minutes later, the police came knock on my door. They was like, "Is you such and such?" They read me my rights and they arrested me. And y'all keep asking me, how did I have my phone in the back of the police truck? That's because I didn't give them no problem. Like, I wasn't arguing with them.
Hold on.
I simply got back in the back of the police truck because police car, because I know what the fuck I did.
Wait.
Was I wrong for doing?
Hold up. Wait. Let's get Tasha. You want to be famous, Tasha Bradshaw. You must be a bigums yourself. But guess what? I probably am bigger than her. I don't know her height. But I am 219 pounds. I work every day. I'm in the military. I work out. Yeah. Even with my disabilities, I work out. So yeah, I could say that because guess what? I don't get food stamps. The only government assistance I get is my actual paycheck from the government. That's only twice a month. But yeah, she's big. She's overweight. Whether you like it or not, you cannot see her cheekbones. You can see that she's fat. So if you're offended, guess what? A hit dog a holler, Natasha. But I see you don't have a profile picture. You can see me, baby. You can see me, the little bit that you can see. You know, I got a little gut, but you know, my chest stick out more than my stomach. I work every day, plus I do my side gig, so I can say what I want to say. You clicked on here, you decided to type and say you're bigger than her. I hope a man is supposed to be bigger than a woman. So thank you for stating the obvious. A man should be bigger than a woman. I'll send you a link and we could be the judge on how you look if you want to do that. I don't got time, but I'll make time. I'll send you a link right now and we could be the judge if you want to do that. But you said I'm bigger than her. I should be bigger than her. I'm an adult male. I'm an adult male. Like I said, I'm 219 pounds. 219 pounds. I should be bigger than her. She shouldn't be bigger than me. And I used to be a twig growing up. But she shouldn't be bigger than me. But yeah, that's the problem, that we had came accustomed to women being bigger than men. You know? And we think that's the norm when that's not the norm. A man should be bigger than his woman. Y'all like the height and all that shit, but then y'all don't want to be called out on the joint. And like I said, if she's supposed to be homeless, what she's saying, she committed fraud to get food stamps, she was being greedy. See, people quiet once we say we could drop links. We're going to do a show called Bring the Smoke. That's going to be a show called Bring the Smoke, where everybody who got smoke, y'all could just come up and we voice our opinion. We could be, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be disrespectful. We can agree to disagree and we can speak our minds.
Yes. But at the end of the day, I did what I did. And I don't give a damn. Y'all nobody to judge me. But I did what I had to do at that point because baby food is expensive. But I bought it out 5 hours later, and I have to go to court. They didn't see me at court date yet, but when they do.
And listen, and if you was paying attention or if you wasn't here, look, we could bring it back. What she said is if it's free, then I can get it. When I look at my check and see how much I spent, I was just looking at how much I made in the last 6 months, and then looked at how much I paid for taxes in the last 6 months. I paid in taxes some people's salaries. You see what you're saying? That's on her to speak. What you mean why speak on that when I can have something positive? I am saying something positive. Don't fucking commit crimes. If you commit crime, you gotta, what they say? You do the crime, you gotta do the time. I ain't gonna sit like I'm holding it out. If you been on this channel for especially more than a year, you know I tell my story on how I went to jail and everything. I did the crime. Don't feel sorry about 95% of the shit I did in my lifetime. And I did my time. Even when I was in jail, I didn't cry about it because I did that shit. I couldn't cry over some shit I put myself into. You have your own business? Okay. Congratulations. I have my own business too. I'm not a hater. I'll support your business. What is your business? Put that in the chat. What's your business? We ain't got to say, you said talk positive. Let's talk about your business. What's your business? Fuck it. Let's put the spotlight on you for a second. What's your business? What's your business about? We could talk about your businesses. Hi. I don't know what the fuck I just did. But let's talk about your business. I'm trying to get this joint going so I can advertise some shit. You a nail tech? Alright, we gonna do it like this. Natasha Bradshaw. I don't know why you got your whole government in there, but you a nail tech. Where your business is at? Put in the comment where your business is at. The name of your business so I could pin it up here and we could show everybody your business and we could go out there and support Natasha's business. See, that's the type I show love to everybody. Anybody that's willing to get out and get it, hustle, do what you gotta do. That's a grind. I support that, you know? So I ain't playing with you, Natasha. Type in the chat your business name, your nail tag, you know what I mean? Shout yourself out, and I'm gonna pin it up here. And we gonna do it from there, you know? That way people can see. Oh, it's not your real name? Good. But put your business name up there, though, and what city you in so people could go support your business. Because I believe everybody eats. So like I said, go up there, type your joint in there. Let's sort everybody out there. And she pop her joint up there. And she in your city, go show some love, all right? She a nail tech. Dudes, it is not feminine to get your nails done. I ain't get mine done, but I go from time to time with my lady, get my joint cleaned up and all that. And, you know, that shit's expensive, so I go like once a month. But you know, I got daughters and shit, so that shit adds up. But support the joint and support more local businesses and shit. You support Walmart, go support Natasha Bradshaw and anybody else who got something. Shout it out, man. We gonna do a show that too, where we gonna shout out everybody out there and show love and support for everybody that's out there on their grind. What up, Jam Barber? Come on, Tasha. Let's go back to listening to this fool talk about how she committed fraud on TikTok to try to get views. I'm telling you, Fabulous said it best. Money is not the root of all evil no more. It's attention. People do anything for attention these days and be fucking themselves over with that shit, not thinking past go.
I didn't have anything. I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. But I was like, how I owe them $35,000 now. Okay, so I live by myself. I'm single. I don't have any kids. So I've been applying for food stamps like 2 or 3 years ago. I lied on my food stamp case and I told them I was homeless, and I told them that I didn't have anything, I was homeless, I didn't have nowhere to go, blase blase. And I told them that I wasn't working, so when I first started getting my food stamps, I started getting like $400 a month just for myself. So I'm just thinking everything cool, you know, like, okay, I'm getting my food stamps, nothing happened, you know. So I decided to come on TikTok and tell people, like, if you're trying to get food stamps, you can lie to them and, you know, nothing will happen. So that was a very bad mistake that I made, lying to them. And I really don't give a fuck what y'all saying, because a lot of people saying you have lashes on, why you need food stamps. I don't care. If it's free, I want it. Baby, food is way expensive. And if I go and Walmart.
You see, that's what she fucked up with the greed. She said, if it's free, I want it. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them, and don't get caught up. Because, like, I remember I never really understood what they meant when they said the road to hell is paved on good intentions, until I was watching an episode. It was an old HBO show called Oz. And the way they broke it down in Oz about the road to hell, they said people commit crimes, right? Like rob a bank, sell narcotics or what have you. They don't think of the consequences. All they think of everything they can do with the money that they gonna get. You rob that bank, you see all the glamour and grits. Like, I get that. You might have your back against the wall. You see that, yo, I do this, it's gonna get me out of this situation, it's gonna be good. But you don't think, yo, and I'm gonna talk from a New York perspective because that's what I know. You don't think, yo, I'm gonna get locked up and I'm gonna be unrighteous, fighting for my freedom against the system that I put myself in, fighting for phone calls, fighting this for a seat. They don't tell you that part. Motherfuckers gotta fight to sit in certain seats and shit. I gotta go figure out how the problem that I thought I was solving is just compounding now, that when I could have just went the long way and took care of it, which really the short way when you go that long way, because you avoided all the unnecessary problems and drama and creating more. Like they say, God ain't gonna give you more than you can handle, but you'll give your own ass more than you can handle.
Walmart with $100, I'm really not gonna leave out with nothing. Who wanna keep spending money on food? Like, it's just too much. So when this was, they picked me up yesterday, but day before yesterday, I got a call and they was like, hello, is this such and such? And I'm like, yes, hello, what's going on? They say, well, this is the...
That's a hell of a name. God bless my auntie. Her name that passed away a couple of years ago. Well, shit, almost 9 years ago, because my son's about to be 9, and I got the sonogram when I was at her funeral, and I was having a son. But her name was Mary Ann, and my family's from the Caribbean Islands, from Grenada. So yeah, that name just kind of made me sad. But shout out to you. I'm right with you. Get a second or third job. I got like 2-3 hustles besides being active duty.
People that's like, you know, over the food stamp office or whatever.
Out to you.
And it was like, we have a report that you have been putting false information on your application to get food stamps, and that you're not homeless, and that you do have a job. So I'm like, okay, who did you get this information from? So it was like, well, we cannot disclose any information about who we got it from, but we have facts that you have been lying, and you have to pay all of that back, and your balance is $35,000. And they also told me that they was filing charges on me. So I'm like, what the hell? Because at this point, I'm really thinking like they just...
I ain't gonna hold you. Her numbers ain't adding up, because $400 a month, and then you owe $35,000. She must have been doing other stuff too. Besides that, you know, she must have been getting other assistance too, because it ain't adding up.
Playing, or somebody just playing on my phone, y'all. But yesterday, when I made the video and posted on TikTok, like 15 minutes later, the police came knock on my door. They was like, is you such and such? They read me my rights, and they arrested me. And y'all keep asking me, how did I have my phone in the back of the police truck? That's because I didn't give them no problems. Like, I wasn't arguing with them. I simply got back in the back of the police truck because the police car, because I know what the fuck I did. Was I wrong for doing that? Yes. But at the end of the day, I did what I did. And I don't give a damn. Y'all nobody to judge me. But I did what I had to do at that point because baby food is expensive. But I bought it out 5 hours later, and I have to go to court. They didn't see me at court date yet, but when they do, I'm going to just keep y'all updated because I know some of y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all just want to be in the business, but I mean, I did what I did, so now I got to face the consequences. And that's the story time.
Not getting no job. If you go get a job, they're gonna take my Section 8. Then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're gonna count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No. So I don't care what you gotta say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit.
Wait, Ma, I'm saying how I'm supposed to be successful in life, Ma. So you basically telling me I gotta be broke to be successful? I gotta be broke so I can get Section 8?
You gotta be
and so
broke so the government can help you.
So the government can help me? So you telling me I can't work no job, bro? Like, that's like all my friends got jobs and live in nice houses, so you telling me I got to go through the same thing you went through
if you
to have a house?
Do any of that, they're going to take my Section 8.
How?
And I'm
Won't they
trying
be
to tell
like,
you
won't
that
they
you
be?
can go get yours at ease. You can go get a
They will,
nice house.
no, they will look at that and be like, he's doing something and give me a bigger house, Ma. That's what you told me.
Where I'm gonna go?
I don't
have no job.
I can get off your Section 8 and apply for my own Section 8.
Okay, but if you do that, you're gonna have to.
How about you get off her Section 8 and get a fucking job? Be a man.
Go the hard way. It's gonna take long.
So what? That's what I'm
Wait
saying.
a few months, get on Section 8, find you a nice apartment, go get you a link card. You will be fine. You don't have to sit up and work. You don't have to work no job. The government is here to help us.
Hey guys, yes, it's true that the White House is proposing to eliminate the Section 8 voucher program. And what they want to do is basically put a time limit, which is a 2-year time limit on all able-bodied citizens. So if you're able-bodied, meaning that you're not a veteran, you're not disabled, you're not elderly. If you're able-bodied and can work, and you're going to have a 2-year time.
Yeah, that's absolutely wrong. And like, I don't want nobody to get this wrong. I don't feel that people should not have Section 8. I feel with these prices that the government should help out. I 100% agree with that. Because I don't feel we should have no homeless people. We got enough unoccupied land that we can build shelters and shit, especially when we get billions of dollars overseas to these other countries. We could take care of home first. So don't get me wrong. But the willing, able bodies, we need to fucking let them be productive citizens. A lot of these people, because I give to the homeless, right? Like when I say give, like I bring food to them, like that breaks my heart to see people going through stuff. But like a lot of them that I encounter, because I talk to everybody, because everybody's human, everybody deserves respect. A lot of them is dealing with mental health issues that we need to put more into legit, I wouldn't say asylums, but legit facilities to help people with their decline mental health, you know? Because some stuff could be curable before it get to that stage.
They're proposing a 2-year time limit, and there's no more Section 8. So with that being said, you're probably saying, okay, Alicia, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what I've been stating for the last few months. You go back and look at some of my videos. I've been talking about the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. If you do not have a job, if you do not have a trade, if you do not have anything, sign up for that program. Call your Social Section 8 office and talk to your Family Self-Sufficiency. Get in that program. Get you some kind of certificate, whatever you like to do, whatever your passion is, turn your passion into your purpose, come up with some funds, because eventually if they do eliminate the Section 8 program or they give you a 2-year, you need to have a plan. You need to, if you don't have an education, that's why the family self-sufficient will pay for you. If you don't have a job, but you say, Alicia, I already have, you know, I'm a phlebotomist. I just can't find a job. The family self-sufficiency will help you look for a job. And also, they help you with the home ownership. The ultimate goal is home ownership. So with that being said, they are cutting these programs. These are the proposed. What they're going to do, they're proposing to cut the Section 8 voucher program and give block grants to the state. And the state's going to get less money, so whatever they do with the money as far as in with housing, but they're trying to eliminate the Section 8 program and give a time limit. I knew there was going to be a time limit, but 2 years? No, I'm thinking 5 years. But no, they want to do 2 years. And they're giving time limits. I don't know if you all know yet, they're giving time limits on SNAP benefits. They already started here in Texas. If you're working or not working after a certain amount of time.
See? If they doing it, that's the state of Texas doing it, because it ain't that bill, because that bill not even in effect yet.
You cannot get SNAP benefits anymore. So
Bill
with
is
that
more
being
of a
said,
tax
there's a lot of cuts and a lot of elimination. Warning come before destruction. I've been saying it for months. That's why I'm stating, please get in these programs, get the education, come up with a plan B. Faith without works is dead. So you need to start working on your plan B, start working on your education, whatever, because if you ever in a situation, you want to be able to provide for you and your children. So with that being said, contact your local worker, your Section 8 worker, for the family self-sufficiency program so that you can, get enrolled in it. If you're in Houston, the classes are every other Wednesday. The orientation, give me a call. A call or inbox or whatever, or email me so that I can hurry up and get you, give you the information so you can get signed up. So with that being said, y'all guys, be blessed, but be prepared and be ready. It's a lot going on right now in this economy. Everything's a lot going on. So just be prepared.
I went into a lady's house for an inspection, and she said, I've had my voucher for 50 years. I made sure that I got my daughter on a voucher. I made sure I got my granddaughter on a voucher. I couldn't get my son on a voucher, so I told them that he had asthma. You can't prove asthma or migraines. She told me because she was telling me a way to scam the system. Because when I pull up in a 2013 Toyota Camry. There's usually a Lexus or BMW sitting in their yard. I look poor, okay? I look poor. And so many people tell me stuff to give me ideas to help me out so that I can get...
She playing games. Those new Camrys, I'm a Toyota guy. I got Lexus. I got 2.5 Lexuses. One is my wife's, but that's mine. But Toyota ain't playing, man. I was on the highway. I seen a new Camry. My mama, I was trying to convince her to get a new car. I might have to just go ahead and pick her up that Camry. Even though I think she don't need no damn license. But the new Toyotas, they looking pretty good.
Some money from the government. But y'all keep on thinking I don't know it, okay? And since every one of you are going to ask me, yes, I reported it. But if your caseworker likes you, you are pretty untouchable here. Like, they will give you ideas and help you do it.
The people crashing out over the big beautiful bill haven't even read the big beautiful bill. It's 870 pages. Did you read it? No. There's a certain group of people who just want to pick out pieces like the Medicaid part, talking about everybody deserves health care. Yeah, everybody does deserve health care. But Medicaid is not a universal program. This is in Canada. Universal health care is in Canada. You can go move there if you want universal health care. But in the United States, Medicaid was a government program for seniors and people who were disabled. Your whole family shouldn't be on Medicaid. Your whole family shouldn't be on Section 8. The free loading train has come to an end. Read the big beautiful bill, all 870 pages, before you jump on here crying about what Trump's doing. You can get Medicaid if you're not disabled or if you're not a senior. You just have to have a work requirement. You can get EBT and SNAP benefits, but you can only get it for 2 years. You can get a Section 8 voucher for 2 years. Not you, your kid, your kid's kids, your grandma, your auntie. That's not what it is. That's why you're really mad. Tell the truth. Because we already know. Because all that free shit that you've been getting hasn't been free. Taxpayers have been paying for it. You know, the ones who work. The ones who have barely any food in their refrigerators while you guys do food hauls from Walmart talking about you got $3,000 in food stamps. You have to get a job now. Or if you want your whole family on Medicaid, go to Canada, because there's some really great things in the 870 pages of that big, beautiful bill. So one of them is no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. So when you get your job and you work overtime, it won't be taxed like it is now. Do y'all know how much they tax overtime? Like 50%. That's gone away. All of the servers in the world who get like shit tips, you won't have to be taxed on them anymore. So maybe you'll bring home more money. I think that's a win. And for all of the people who are buying cars or have car loans that you probably don't want to pay back, there's not going to be any more tax on the interest from your car loan. So where is he's taking the Medicaid and he's making tax breaks for the rich people? Read it. The other thing is Medicaid is for people who need Medicaid. It's not for you losers who are sitting at home making bullshit TikToks and then being mad because you're not making any money on it. You're providing no value. So when you want to complain about Trump's big, beautiful bill and literally get on social media crying about your Medicaid is gone, first of all, it hasn't even gone into effect. So stop lying. That's first of all. Second of all, if you're not a senior and you're not disabled, the big, beautiful bill just tells you, as it relates to Medicaid, you got to work a certain amount of hours. The Section 8 that you generationally hand down to your whole family is over. You can't do that anymore because there are American citizens who actually qualify for Medicaid and Section 8 and EBT and couldn't get it because you've been on it for 20 years. And for all of you people who are talking about, oh, what are we going to do? Well, you should be happy about the big, beautiful bill because now the illegal migrants can't get your shit. And maybe if the illegal migrants go back to their home, there'll be jobs for you to get. So you don't have to be at home begging for money. Okay? So let me know down in the comments. Did you guys read the big, beautiful bill? Have you read all 870 pages, or are you just saying what everybody else is saying? The same group of people talking about crying that your Medicaid is gone. Like well-bodied people, like strong people, not seniors, crying on this app because you don't get free shit anymore. Let me know down in the comments who's down for the big, beautiful bill and who's making up shit and or not even reading it and have no idea what they're talking about. And don't get me started on alligator Alcatraz because I'm gonna make a whole video about that too. But let me know down in the comments. Are you?
We gonna have to talk about alligator Alcatraz.
Did I miss something? Because I actually read it.
Hey, my good.
What's poppin'? I appreciate everybody who tuned in, but I got a job to get to in the morning, and like, I gotta be up in 5 hours and out the door in 6. No, I gotta be at work in 6 hours. So I gotta be up in 4 hours and out the door in 5 hours. I appreciate everybody who took the time out to kick it with me. You could have been anywhere else. Even if you only came by for a minute, or you came by for 53 seconds, or you sat here the whole 2 hours or 3 hours, may have you. I appreciate you came by. Thank you. If you're new to this, hit the I ain't gonna tell you to subscribe. I'll tell you to hit the like button and come back by, kick it a few more times with the fam. And if you like what you know what I'm saying, what you see, hit that sub button, hit that like button. And until next time, which will be mañana, peace.